Hey,
Yo.
Rhodes, Bren, nice to have you back. Hopefully, you guys had a good Christmas, Hanukkah, start of Hanukkah. Um, Hope you guys touched some grass and
Yeah,
relaxed a little bit.
yeah, man. Good Christmas. Can't complain. It's been nice. It's always nice to get a few days off the screen as much, right? I feel refreshed, ready to go. What about you, Rhodes? How you doing?
I'm doing good. Just had to keep the kids away from my stocking goodies. They're digging in on it, and so I just swatted them away here just now. But no, it was a nice holidays, nice break. Happy to be back at it. It feels weird after having some time away and then like jumping back in, where it's like to kind of jump back into the groove of things, right? But we're here, we're at it, and this will be good.
Absolutely, definitely weird, but definitely refreshing. What's up for Loco? How you doing? I don't know if he's with us. PFP list for now, but yeah. Hope everybody had a good holiday. It's usually markets are pretty quiet leading up to Christmas. We did get a little bit of volatility on Christmas actually, which is pretty crazy. But as expected, the move did cool down, and right now I won't go over it right now, but I do think we're entering probably the end of this corrective period on both memes and crypto, and we're about to enter the part of the cycle that we really haven't seen yet. Where so far it's been a lot of Bitcoin, ETH, Sol, and then meme coins. Everything else in the middle has kind of just not done much or gone down. I do think we're about to enter that part of a cycle where kind of everything of quality kind of goes up together. We'll talk about that here in a second. But Rotes, do you have any review at all? Or okay,
I
perfect,
do. Yeah.
awesome.
So,
Yeah. So real quickly, I know I didn't do much of an intro. My name is Bren. We got us four right here. B3L they run. Rotes is an analyst in there. Danksy and Furloco run it. We'll go more back into there later. But we run the show twice a week. Friday, like today at 10 a.m. PST, and then Tuesday at 1 p.m. PST. We go over everything that's going on this week in Web3 with crypto, memes, alts, and then NFTs has become a big part of the show lately. So super stoked to get on that. What we're going to go ahead and do first is what we call the Rotes review, where Rotes goes over kind of some stuff that's going on in crypto and Web3 of the last few days. So Rotes, you want to take control, take the lead?
yeah. Like you mentioned there, a little bit of chop on Bitcoin over the last little bit. Lows of like 90, 92, and then highs back up to 100. So we're getting this kind of up and down kind of action. So that continues on. The news side of things, pretty quiet. My usual news sources also taking holidays. So I was going through the feed looking for news bits, but I didn't really find a lot of what was going on. Of course, coming back from holidays, also a little harder to connect back in. But what I found interesting, kind of some of the biggest pop culture news right lately is Squid Games Season 2 started off. Watched some of that last night. Of course, one of the interesting bits that's kind of caught headlines is it features a crypto scammer on there. But what I thought was low key more interesting is that there's some kind of drink that they have there that has a picture very similar to a fog on it, and that's what caught my attention. I wanted to share it, but Netflix is amazing, or Apple or whatever. I can't take a screenshot of this. I can't show it. But there's this character on these drinks that very much looks like fog. It's pretty good actually. The mouth is a little bit different, but otherwise it's the same thing. I could probably get a picture.
Did you try to Google it and see if you could find it as well?
Actually, that's the way to do it, right?
Maybe type in like Squid Games frog or whatever.
Yeah. I tried doing that, but yeah. So I'm gonna try the AI image here.
That's interesting.
Let me take a look. Let me try and find it.
I found a beer bottle. But
Is this like what part of the show is this? You might have said it. My bad. But
right near the beginning of episode 2 was the first instance of it.
Wow.
4 minutes in, and I'll take a picture, post it on Telegram, and then maybe someone can get it up from there.
Did you guys see the vlog? Like they made some content like playing on it. The game stuff. Yeah.
A lot of their content is real high quality, to the extent that it's like it's so high quality. I'm like, is he copying this from somewhere? Is he using some kind of like it's crazy how
hopefully it's not like the chill guy thing that it was taken from a comic or something. You guys see that one?
Actually, that's a bit of news. Yeah, so the chill guy, it came from a Korean comic from like 8 years ago.
How similar is it? Is it like,
and you see the guy, and then you see the dog. And I don't know if later in the comic they combine, but like it's the same dog head and it's the same guy, and it's like Chill Guy is the combination of these two parts of this comic, and it's not original art. So that was something that I read that. I saw that.
It's not looking good for Chill Guy. 170 million market cap, but I don't know.
To be fair though, like even if it is a derivative, like the derivative's the one that's taken off, so like there's still some value in that, even if it's ripped off from 4 different places. Like everything takes influence from other places. It's still not a good look, obviously, but I don't know if it spells the end of Chill Guy. We can go and talk about that when we get to memes.
There were other news on Fog. I don't know if you guys mentioned, but potential collab with another brand. Did you guys see that one?
The Zuki one?
Yeah, the beans, right? With beans.
Yeah, they made like a post, and I don't know if there's a collab around it, but they kind of made like a little like collab on Twitter at least. I don't know if it's going to turn.
Because the artist he really likes that Asian anime kind of like concept. If you see some of the Fog art, and so I wonder if they're gonna get allocation for anime. Perhaps.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Hopefully the Pond NFTs at least get like a fat wand or Fog holders. There's a lot of Fog holders though, so I don't know how that would really work, but yeah, maybe Pond NFT holders or something.
Definitely an anime influenced artist, and so it fits really well with the Zuki brand and Fog and etc. I did post that picture to our Telegram group, so if you want
that looks nothing alike.
Nothing alike?
Not really.
Just a frog.
A frog on a soju bottle.
Wait, where is it in the Telegram?
It's a frog. It's similar enough.
It looks similarities.
The mouth is different, but it's like I'm watching the show and all of a sudden I'm like, there's a frog, you know?
Yeah.
Everything I see is a frog nowadays, anyways.
That's good. Yeah, I hear you.
But
no, I agree that the Fog content before we move on, but the Fog content is like unmatched right now. This one they made with the bear yesterday. I don't know if you guys saw that. I completely get what you mean, Rotes. It's like how they producing so many high quality pieces of content every single day. Maybe there's a team or something, who knows, but either way it's beautiful.
Yeah, it is really awesome stuff. NFTs, lower volume to be expected. I mean, it's the holidays, but still ETH at 18.91. That's still way up, almost 4x from where we were previously going into these shows after I was going to say Sunday, but it's not even Sunday right now. I don't even know what day of the week it is. It's Friday. Solana 1.69 million and Ordinals 1.63 million. I searched the weekly movers. There wasn't a lot going on the day. There's a little bit up here, etc. But the weekly I thought would be a better look. Pudgy Penguins rallying. They kind of went on a bit of a Santa rally along with Bitcoin there, and they went up. They're up now 32% on the week, but they're up from that 17.5, 18 ETH range up to 22.91. Abstract, etc. That airdrop is incoming. So there's probably going to be an allocation there. There's probably going to be an allocation to those that still have their Pengu allocation.
Maybe and that's supposed to happen in January, right? The abstract.
I think that's the rumor. I think at this point, I don't know if it's confirmed or not yet, but that is coming here early in the new year. And so with all of that, I think it's really interesting. But I think we had that big sell off, but an abstract airdrop could do well. There was a poll from Coffee with Captain there, and what would be the better token, Pengu or abstract, and they came in kind of similar. So if there's anything like where Penguins could get a similar type airdrop, that would be a pretty large amount based on where they're currently at. So I wouldn't think that's the case, but you never know. And so there's some speculation flowing in there. Of course, anything related, the little penguins or the rods, etc., will all kind of move in tandem.
Well,
So
Pengu
watch that.
was the largest meme on Solana yesterday when it was at 0.37. I don't know if right now Bonk is the number one again, but it's notable to see that is kind of like claiming the largest market cap meme on Solana right now. So
Absolutely.
I think Bonk reflipped it, but it is right there with it.
yeah.
So yeah, I mean Pengu looked a little slow at the beginning, but as we've seen with a lot of these, they have a period of a few days where you get this sell pressure, and then they start to rally from there. So where we're at with Pengu versus where people believe it can get to, it's got a lot of room to move yet. So
yeah, we'll talk about Pengu too when we get to the meme alt section as well.
Perfect.
Did you guys follow the Cato Genesis AI collection? That was pretty crazy.
What happened there?
It went to like almost 5 ETH.
Oh wow!
It's a project called Cato.
That's
That's
a platform too, is it not? That's like an analytics platform, is it not?
Cato? Yeah, it has some AI attached to it. And the mint, I think, was completed December 24th. So I mean, it was 3 phases of mint. Completely sold out, and I think it was like promoted by OpenSea somehow. But there's 1,500 items. Current floor is 4.4. The volume is fairly healthy, 2,500 ETH since mint out. I don't know. I've been looking at it because it's one of the strongest collections, along with obviously Pudgy Penguins, and I think the other one I was looking at was this one called Story Protocol. Have you guys looked into Story Protocol? So it's much cheaper.
With Cato, does the NFT gives you access to the platform, or?
I would assume so. Yeah. This is probably something like NFT nerds from back in the day, where these token NFTs give you access to a platform, and they can hold a pretty high value. I had looked into Cato last week. I didn't actually know that there was a mint incoming, but yeah, really good.
I mean, 1,500 items. It's not a small collection. It's for a product like this, a 4 ETH. So,
and I want to hear about that other project real quick for Local, but I do want to look at the chat.
Yeah.
So everybody, what's up, Rakeem? Chandra says, hi guys. Happy New Year and lovely new weekend ahead. You too, Chandras. MJ, what's up? Panda, yo. Depends on the... Okay, yeah, for sure. So if you guys have any comments, questions, when we get the charts, you have any requests, definitely write it in the chat. We will be looking at that throughout. And what was the other project you were talking about for Loco?
The Story Protocol is also AI around IPs.
Okay.
So yeah, it's kind of like focusing on IPs as the most important asset class for digital assets for some reason. I mean, the floor price is only 0.2, but it's one of the movers where you can, I guess the idea you can trade IP in a global market. So interesting. Yeah,
absolutely. No, it's interesting to see projects, the NFT projects like that, start to go from 0 to 5 ETH like that. That's definitely a good sign.
And the last thing is the Ocean token from OpenSea. You guys see they were teasing it?
Yeah, I did see the foundation Twitter or whatever that they made since we're on here last. So I wonder when that's going to come out. Probably pretty imminently, right?
Yeah, speculation is that they're gonna the ticker is going to be Ocean. So
it's OpenSea. It sometimes those things don't move fast with them. So we'll see.
Never know.
But yeah, it could be something that we expect within, say, the first quarter of this year, at the very least. One that I thought was interesting as well is Beans. So Azuki and Anime Token. A lot of activity on the timeline from Zegabond in general, and things around Anime Tokens. So I assume it's either trying to keep that fire stoked and keep it hot while the narrative's there, or they are getting closer to everything rolling out. But Beans finally got that bid where they were lagging, and they still lag the Elemental collection, but I think there's people catching on that Beans could be receiving more of an allocation than is currently being reflected, and I still believe that to be the case. I personally think they should be right there with elementals, if not higher,
Yeah.
in terms of allocation, etc. So they're
Yeah.
interesting.
And Sakabon has been like really hinting at AI projects. He's been really much focused on building AI related kind of like projects. So I wonder if when they drop the anime, there's going to be a whole suite of like AI projects related to it. You know, kind of like if you think about Paji being with Abstract, perhaps like that's where kind of like the anime slash Suki project starts to kind of like go to the AI agents, etc. Because he's been very active and very vocal about this on X. I don't know if you guys follow him.
Yeah,
Yeah, absolutely. I've heard him talk
Yeah.
about it for sure. Seen him talk about it. Same with Gordon and stuff as well. I feel like all of them are starting to touch on the AI stuff because it's becoming so relevant in crypto. But yeah, good point.
I find that bit somewhat odd for Zakabon. I mean, I guess there is a product market fit with like a AI and related to anime, but I want him to focus on anime. I want him to focus on
Yeah.
on Azuki, right? So but chatting on the timeline and being in touch with everything that's going on, I guess, is different than what they may be focusing on. So yeah, and then in terms of
popped in. What's up, Yoni? How you doing, brother?
What's good, boys?
Not much. We're just doing the review right now. You good?
Yeah, I'm great. Just hopping in right now.
Oh yeah, bro. Good to have you.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, and just to quickly finish it off, the kind of the daily movers in terms of meme coins, virtuals up 18.5%. Not necessarily a meme coin, but kind of the platform based token in relationship to everything on the virtuals protocol, performing really well. Kind of that's basically the top mover overall. Blog, as we talked about the top of the show, up 10.5% back to 287. Good to see. AI 16Z, Giga, and AI XBT are some of the big winners. And other than that, I got the prediction market stuff on there. It's kind of a dead bet since we're so close to the end of December. But 90K is kind of the highest probability at 35%. I think unlikely. I think we're still in this chop range right now.
Yep.
Absolutely. No, it's a good point. And I've said this a few times and I keep forgetting because there's so much that we go over in these streams, but we need to check Poly Market. It's becoming more and more relevant. I was watching a Full Send podcast, one of their new ones yesterday, and they were talking about Poly Market, stuff like that. So it's becoming super relevant even in the mainstream world. So we should definitely start looking at that. Maybe dedicate 5-10 minutes to looking at Poly Market. But yeah, let's go over the majors, guys. We already are looking at what are we? Hold on. 240 240 viewers right now at 20 minutes through. Love to see that. If you guys are coming in through the Bossman channel or finding us on Twitter, whatever, welcome. Again, we do this streams twice a week. Friday, today at 10 a.m. and then 1 p.m. PST on Tuesdays. Just to do a quick reset, we got my guys from B3L here, Roaches and Analyst, Danksy for Loco. They've had this group for a few years now. Awesome alpha and great information and stuff they provide in there from all assets. It's an NFT project as well, small collection. Definitely check out their page. We're running this through. Myself, Bren, my Twitter right now, I have been locked out of for a little bit. Definitely, still give that a follow. I'll be back on there soon. I spent a lot of my time in the Telegram, running the Telegram group Bossman Calls with my business partner Bossman. I do a bunch of streams, all my analysis, detailed analysis in there. So definitely check that out. And then we got my boy Yoni here. He's a talented musician and investor. He really been doing a lot of stuff in the AI side, giving us a ton of great insight on there. So definitely give everybody a follow on the panel. You should see everybody tagged there. And we appreciate you guys being here. Anything on here before we move on to the majors, guys?
I wanted to add on, since you've done the introduction, Bren, for B3L, we're currently looking and searching for AI-related investments when it comes to agents. So if you are a builder, you're building anything in AI, and you're looking for funding or some sort of like platform support, we have a link in our website, bridge3labs.io, where you can apply for early startup funding, and we're currently accepting applications for 2025. So if you're interested in that and you are building in at the intersection of AI and crypto, feel free to apply. So thank you, guys.
Love that. Yeah, let me go ahead and share my screen real quick. We'll go over the majors because that's kind of what's driving everything right now. Let me see here, make sure I got everything good to go. Let's see. Cool. Present, share screen. Let's do window. Right, we should be good. Okay, cool. So let's just go and look at Sol. Honestly, Sol is in the kind of the cleanest correction of all three majors, guys. Before I start, really, I think the last several months the last month essentially from November 22nd to where we're at now, kind of when Sol topped at least. I think Sol topped a little bit before the other two, which we'll go over. But to me, this is obvious corrective behavior in both the charts and fundamentals, which we'll go over in a second. To me, you'll hear me say this a lot. This is the biggest giveaway of any correction is the lack of consolidation before coming down. If you look at any major top or peak in Bitcoin's history, it's always, I'm talking major top where it topped out for a few years. We go into a bear market. It's always consisted of multiple months of consolidation. As you can see here, we made a high, came down, retested, failed to break. Same thing happened in 2017, 2020. You got at least a couple of months of consolidation. For here, this last few weeks, we got zero consolidation before coming down. On Bitcoin, it's more obvious on Sol, so we'll go back to there real quick. But yeah, no consolidation before coming down, literally 1 or 2 days. And then choppy behavior, multiple bounces, which tells me that this isn't an impulse or a big reversal, but again, a correction. All signs are there. This correction is rare in the sense that we've gotten 4 lows in the corrective channel. Usually these corrective channels, I like to call them, have anywhere between usually 2 or 3 lows are the most common. So this is a little bit bigger correction than most, but it's still a correction in my eyes. To me, this is a beautiful corrective channel. And for me, what I'm looking for Sol, ETH, and Bitcoin to bottom out here, likely is either a retest of, at least on Sol, a retest of 176, or very possibly we make one more low under 170 to go to around 160. But between here and 160, let's call it 160 from here, I do think we put in the final low. And then at that point, start making the next impulse to new all-time highs. Again, all the positive signs, along with this corrective behavior on the charts, all of the positive signs for crypto with the institutional adoption, with ETH ETFs as well, actually starting to heat up kind of before Christmas, with, the Trump administration coming in, assigning 2 brand new crypto roles for the first time in the cabinet. We have, the whole, Senate, House of Representatives, and executive branch all red, which, I mean, historically has been great for crypto. So, that's where a lot of people are sleeping on, I think, too, is that if we do get some kind of positive framework where, they make a whole new asset class for maybe digital securities, or just make it so they aren't going after bad actors in crypto anymore, I think that could create kind of a golden era where we don't see a 4-year cycle top, which we'll talk about. But anyways, I do think in the short term, I think Sol is going to come down one more time to at least set 175, very possibly 160. We'll bottom out and then make that next leg higher. On Bitcoin as well, same thing, essentially. A little bit different of a correction. This one is started a little bit lower, or a little bit later. Started only, 11 days ago, technically. But came down to retest this low. We've gotten some consolidation. Same thing with Bitcoin. I think very likely what's going to happen is we're going to consolidate at this low, maybe barely break it. But as long as we hold here, I think we're going to bottom out here and then again move higher. Same thing as Sol. ETH, essentially the same thing as well. It's a little bit, each of these are a little bit different. But to me, this is corrective behavior as well. And very likely it has bottomed out here. ETH to me, which we can go over ETH Bitcoin, but I do think ETH is actually going to outpace all of the other 2 majors as it has been already for the last month or so. But I do think ETH is going to really make a strong move not only above 4K again, but to all-time highs on this next leg, very likely. Again, propelled by all these positive catalysts for crypto as well as corrective behavior on the chart. So, yeah, ETH, I definitely am more allocated to versus Sol than I was a few months ago. I think we're going to see an explosive move, but again, I think it's still good to have a basket of both. Before I start pulling up the other ones, do you guys have any obvious ones or anything you want me to pull up?
No, I
you
was just
get-
gonna make a comment on ETH, and I think you're right. I think it looks like it has the most potential upside of the three majors. I definitely see that Bitcoin can actually retest at 88,000. Maybe it doesn't get there, but I think it's the next kind of like zone 89,000. And if it loses that level, I think we can go all the way to previous all-time highs at 75. But maybe that's obviously too much. But it just, depending on what you believe is going to happen, I think 88 might be the next level. And then for Solana, I agree. I think 170, 175 is what I have on my buy limits. So we'll see if it gets there. But I do agree that right now having a little bit more allocation to Ethereum of the three majors seems to be the better move, and when it comes to risk reward. So yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, I don't know. I think Bitcoin might hold here, but you're right. If it doesn't hold here, the next step probably be like 87, 88, which would probably be the last kind of capitulation spike before we move higher. So good point on that. I do think
on the alts, you want to pull up Link before you move on?
yeah, absolutely.
I was gonna say pull up like Bitcoin dominance or like
Yeah,
the,
we could do
Yeah,
that.
yeah, I'll pull up Bitcoin dominance and Link. What were you saying, Yoni? Sorry.
No, I said we could pull up Bitcoin dominance first. It's probably more important.
Yeah, I'll do both of them. No worries.
Thanks.
Someone asked about lo-fi on Sui. I will definitely go over that. Someone said, can we look at Sui chain coins like Axel, lo-fi? Yeah, we'll do all that for sure. What we're going to do here is go over the majors for a few more minutes. We'll go over to meme coins and then go over NFTs. But yeah, definitely leave any questions, comments, anything you want us to see in the chat, guys. Yeah, let's look at Bitcoin dominance first. Very interesting. I think it's interesting to see that we had this bounce here. I think that could be indicative of possibly this move since November 20th being a correction. But since then, it does look like we have topped out, and very possibly we probably will come back down to retest this low and very possibly make another low. And again, I think this is what we just talked about, kind of segue on what we talked about with ETH. I think this next move down, same with this first move down, is going to be propelled by ETH going crazy against Bitcoin and Sol. So I think, again, that touches exactly on what we were talking about right now. I do think Bitcoin dominance is going to make another move down. We have to see how strong and impulsive it is. If we do see like a strong impulsive move right through 54, I think it is possible we just like get a massive red candle similar to this last move down to into the low 50s. So definitely something to look out for. I think, again, this is going to kind of correspond with like the overall everything rally where kind of everything alts, Bitcoin, Sol, memes, NFTs are running together. Whereas the last few years has kind of been Bitcoin and meme coin, Bitcoin, ETH, Sol, and meme coins, and everything in between has kind of suffered. But I think that's going to change here in the next few months. Link. So Chainlink, this is one posted in the channel this summer. Obvious corrective behavior here since March. Beautiful impulsive move out. Beautiful consolidation before coming down. Something to take note of. But to me, Chainlink, we've talked about this before, I think, on the show, and Yoni and I have definitely talked about it lately. That Chainlink is one of the few coins in crypto that has real utility. Like the coin itself has real utility in the protocol, one, and two, the technology itself, the Chainlink oracles, which keep price data accurate or whatever, is one of the most widely used technologies in all of crypto, if not the most widely ones. They've even made partnerships with big meme coins lately as well. And then what they're doing with the IC, whatever the abbreviation is, the acronym, where they're essentially trying to make all blockchains more interoperable, as well as another crazy technology. My point in saying here is like the chart looks great, and then we have so much fundamental value and upside to this that I think Chainlink is going to outpace a lot of other alts in the same market cap range and get into that. I don't know where it's at in market cap right now. If someone wants to look, like as far as ranking, but I definitely think it's going to get into the top 10 due to its utility in crypto, and its influence.
Bren, can you take a look at Pyth, because it's
Yeah,
also like
definitely
a
look-
competitor. Yeah,
Yeah.
after this.
Definitely we'll take a look at Pyth 100%. Is that another Oracle?
Yes, it's supposed to be like the number one competitor on Solana for Link,
Interesting.
Chainlink.
Do
Yeah.
you know if Chainlink has Oracle? And this is a really like probably a dumb question, but the Chainlink, do they have Oracles the same on Solana as they do on ETH? Like provide price data on Solana as well?
I think they partnered with Solana to provide it. I'm not don't quote me on that, but I think they did recently an integration. So yes, but I think
I'm
Pyth
saying
is
you know if Chainlink does.
yeah
They
yeah
do. Okay.
yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay, perfect. So yeah, we'll move on to Pyth in just a second. But Yoni, I'm glad you brought this up. To me, this is a corrective little move that we've gotten since December 5th. And either from here or one more low, like we're talking about with the other majors, is going to move higher and probably very explosively, just like we got from November. So definitely a great one to talk about. Very relevant. I think it's going to become a lot of these alts that are going to run are going to be the ones that actually have real utility, kind of have that DeFi narrative that the regulators and the government is kind of around. So Yoni, do you have any comments you wanted to add about Chainlink since you brought it up?
No, you literally just beasted that. The only alpha that I can add, which isn't really alpha, obviously the market cap is massive, is I just had a brief meeting with two absolute whales, like the biggest potential whales that I've ever met in my life, and they have so much money in Link, it'll make you sick, literally.
Yeah. And we were talking about it. It's a great sign to see that like these big high net worth individuals are going deeper into the risk curve into stuff like Link and Aave. I think they were talking about
exactly the two coins that they mentioned that they're balls deep in are Link, Aave, and then Bitcoin. Those are the three bets for the entire market, just to be open.
Absolutely. And like it's good to see that these people are not just full Bitcoin maxis anymore and are actually diving into these like DeFi and other stuff.
Yeah.
It's a great sign.
I mean, they were preaching mostly just like picking their few winners and riding them with as much size as possible this cycle. You know, they had spoken a little bit about something that we kind of don't speak about really, which is like the lack of liquidity in a lot of these memes that seem big, which was something to consider. Like, of course, some of them are protected, but a lot of these people might not know that they're sizing into things that may not have the liquidity for their exit, or they're getting killed on slippage. And this was something, obviously, it's like bigger money, but I have no doubt that some of our viewers will make bigger money eventually, and they should know that like aping with something that doesn't have much liquidity, it's much harder to get that money out.
Absolutely. And that's why exchanges add a lot of like these big tier exchanges
Value.
like that the bigger meme coins are getting are great because again that adds a ton more liquidity. You're
Right.
not relying on the liquidity pool anymore on chain. You're accessing Binance's huge liquidity or Coinbase or whatever. But that's a great point, man. And I feel that 100%, especially if you're playing with tens of million, 7, 8, 9 figures. Like, you got to take concentrated bets in highly liquid stuff. So
100%.
but thanks for bringing it up, bro. That's Chainlink's definitely one we want to be paying attention to. I have a small long here from again like August. Wish I would have added more, but yeah, no, it's looking great. Arbitrum, just to kind of we want to look at Pyth really quick too before I forget. And someone asked about KDA. I'll look at that right now too. If you guys have any alts or anything on TradingView you want me to look at that aren't meme related, definitely leave them in the chat. But Pyth is interesting. It had a nice little move up back in September of this last year. To me, this last little move here is corrective into this low. I think either from here or possibly a little bit more chopped down. There's a good chance that it forms kind of like a nice little double bottom here and probably moves higher. Again, a corrective move into a strong low of like almost 6 months or whatever this is usually leads to a strong move up. So yeah, I think sometime this year, probably early next year, we'll probably move higher and, very possibly moves back to all-time highs. Because, I mean, it was only at all-time highs 9 months ago, so could definitely see it moving back there.
Yeah, I think when Solana kind of like regains strength and if Link continues running, I think those are two catalysts. But yeah, I this is one of the coins that I'm actually thinking of allocating some capital here in January. So we'll see.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah, I like the entry here. Again, if you believe in the fundamentals behind the Oracle thesis, and that makes sense to me. So definitely probably a good entry here if you like the coin. So that's another good one. Arbitrum, again, these L2s pulling back. After this strong move up. Same with Pith and Chainlink. I think these are just no-brainer buys that you can kind of set and forget over the next 6 months to a year, however long this into next year at least. That both have a lot of upside, but again, very little rug risk and are a key infrastructure piece of Ethereum. Yoni and I have been talking a lot about lately, and we have in the streams that infrastructure plays are kind of the most surefire bets, and just great plays to focus on in general. Doesn't matter what niche you're looking at. AI agents, gaming, meme coins, even the infrastructure plays, the pick and shovels, again, the exchanges or the AI virtuals, for example, which you can build your own AI agent. Zero Bros kind of turning into the same thing. Those are the ones that are kind of the really good bets. A lot of the times they're already at higher market caps. But when you're talking about Arbitrum, which is a key piece of Ethereum itself, like a key infrastructure, it's going to be huge. Again, very, very undervalued at 2 or 3 billion market cap. I think there's a lot of our meme coins that are at 2 or 3 billion. Like this is at the same market cap as PopCat, and PopCat's great. We could talk about that too. PopCat actually has like new leadership now too. But anyway, the PopCat is at the Arbitrum, which has been out for multiple years, like one of the top ETH L2s at the same market cap. The token's at the same market cap as PopCat. To me, I think there's a serious mispricing there over the next couple years, like 5 years. And I think these L2s not only are going to go crazy in the short term, but might have bottomed out here for like might be the all-time bottom for all I know. Or at least for a very long time. So I think these are going to move up way high next year is my point. Arbitrum, Optimism, same thing. Optimism is probably the safer bet. There might be some more upside in Arbitrum and ZK Sync since they haven't moved as much. But yeah, Arbitrum, ZK Sync, Optimism, great place you can park your money in. Way more liquid than some of these memes, but still a ton of upside.
Check out the strength of virtual protocol whenever you can after this.
Absolutely, bro.
Yeah. For Loco, my two favorites with serious size have been your picks. I've been talking to Bren about it's just been Farcoin and virtuals, honestly.
Yeah, you nailed that. We definitely need to talk about the Farcoin trade. AVAX, same thing, literally the same thing as Chainlink and all of these other strong alts. I think we've talked about this a few times, but I think alts are going to fall into two baskets over the next year. The ones that are kind of rotation trades where people are kind of just getting in on leverage for like a nostalgic pump that they're chasing. A lot of the XMRs and stuff like that. And then there's like the real alts that are like very have a lot of utility or are very relevant that are actually going to have sustainable runs. Arbitrum, Optimism, Link, Pith, the ones we're talking about right now. There's not a coincidence that they look the same right now. A lot of them, I do think, same as the other two or the other three. AVAX is just pulling back right now and is going to rip to all-time highs probably early next year. So again, if you have this, hold on to it. I have a pretty big position in AVAX. The big driver here is going to be crypto gaming, as well as it being down so bad. Virtuals, I believe it is on coin or
Base virtual, yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm saying I think it's on TradingView. Let's see.
Yeah, that one. Virtual USD.
Fourth one, or third one.
Yeah, up only. Crazy.
It's insane. Dude, anything I've been reading and learning a lot about AI agents lately, and obviously within virtuals you have AXBT, you have Game, you have Luna. There's a bunch of them, but it's just crazy at this protocol. If it really takes off, it's going to be extremely disrupting. And I just feel like Base is the perfect chain for a kind of like a solution like this.
Yeah.
I like it even more than Griffane and even like AI 16C, which I also like. But I think Base being way less crowded. I just been tracking Base since like last couple of weeks when I told you guys I was going to allocate more capital to Base versus Solana, and so far it's paid off. I'm not saying this is going to last forever, but it just feels like a better bet right now. So
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, definitely gets tricky when it's been up only for a long time, but I do agree with your thesis that over the mid and long term, at least, definitely great. Infrastructure plays are great. I've kind of gotten more developed and thought about more of the AI thesis, over the last couple weeks and stuff. And I do agree that I think that it's here to stay and there's going to be a lot of opportunities. I think the AI agents themselves are going to be a lot of PvP stuff, kind of like the meme coins, where there's a lot of short-term plays, a lot of the same coins doing the same kind of stuff, a lot of scams and stuff. But there will be ones like AIXBT, Zero Bro, which is kind of developing in more into an infrastructure play as well with Zero P and stuff they're doing. But a few of these agents will rise to the top, and then the infrastructure plays like Virtual, like you said. I'm so glad you brought this up. Virtuals and Zero P, Zero Bro, like I said, the infrastructure plays, those are the ones I think are going to run to the 5-10+ billion market caps that could be up there with these high cap meme coins that I'm very bullish on as well. So yeah, Zero Bro, I've gotten even a more of a newfound like bullishness long term on it, and stuff like Virtuals as well. I wish Bossman actually sent me Virtuals. I think it was Virtuals, maybe Griffin. I think Virtuals as well. Kind of down here, I think, like at the end of October. And, I told him, oh, shit, it's already up fucking 15x in a week. I'll look for a correction, which I still stick to that. I think it's a good strategy, but sometimes you get these outliers that just go up another 30x in your face.
Hey, Bren, don't feel bad about it, man. I did I tell you I got the founder reaching out to me in June, asking for me to check out the protocol. So that was the biggest fumble of the cycle, man.
You could have been in down here, bro, before the chart was down.
No, I wanted to quit crypto when I saw that DM, but no, I reached out to him.
Guy? It's the Asian guy, right?
Yes. He's had multiple interviews. I watched all of them, and he's a
And
great guy.
I don't know his name. I'm terrible with names. What do you know his name?
He goes by everything. Let me see what his handle is. Everything or something. Let's see. Everything.
It would be cool to have people like him on talking about this.
Oh yeah. The team is packed. They were building in the game kind of like infra for actually since 2021 is when they first got funding, and they changed the ticker for virtual. I think it was beginning of the year when agents started to kind of like take off. His handle is everything empty, zero. Everything empty, zero. If you guys want to follow him, but the whole team has been building around gaming and how to really monetize and really how to be able to bring the potential of AI agents into gaming and DAOs, and now is obviously expanding to much more use cases. But yeah, definitely worth a follow, and I have high conviction bets on everything they're building on virtual, and I think it's going to be much bigger next year. So
that's great. Yeah, no, that's great. And then just to take note, whenever I talk about consolidation, as you can see here, Virtual is consolidated for 2 or 3 months before finally making that bottom again. Consolidation, whether it be a top or a bottom, is a very common theme, and really the thing you want to look for when you're looking for a bottom and top. Very, very, very rarely will something just come down and then turn around and reverse and go up only. Usually, almost always, you're going to get some chop and consolidation to kind of get some distribution before it goes up. But yeah, Virtuals, I wouldn't be surprised if this continues to rip up. Maybe if you're looking for an entry, me personally, I would wait for some type of correction, because when it will correct eventually, and it's not the most fun when you are you get ripped at you buy the top of like a 70% correction, which is you're liable to doing here. But long term, super bullish on Virtuals, super cool. Let me see. We have a couple requests in the chat. AVAX. What's up?
We got a bunch. AVAX, TRX, Sui.
Cool. Let's knock out a bunch of these real quick before we get to memes. I know a lot of people are here for that.
We should talk hype too before we move on to memes. Honestly, even I'm interested.
Yeah, we'll look at hype too. There we go. Okay. So explosive move in Tron. Honestly,
Jesus.
You guys even looking at this? Because I
literally haven't heard one thing.
Yeah, I mean that's fucking insane. have you guys seen this? Because I've not even been looking at this chart. But no explosive move here and no consolidation. Looks corrective. I think it's going to continue to rip higher with the rest of the market. And long term Tron, it's pretty polarizing. People either love it or hate it or whatever. But I think it's going to continue to rip up in the short term. Pretty crazy seeing all time highs like that.
Oh, so is this because is Justin's son just putting this on his back, or what's the vibes?
It's always been those vibes. He's kind of like a cult-like figure. A lot of interesting stuff, behind him. But he's definitely an alpha type motherfucker. Like you said,
I like him as a character. He's a wild card.
Yeah, he's a wild card to say the least. Definitely a lot of history surrounding him, but yeah, no, he's definitely likes to make himself the main character to say the least. But yeah, a TRX. Let's knock out a few of these other for everybody in the chat. Diane asked about Algorand. Let's go and look at that for you, Diane. Algorand, another OG one that's been around for a while. I don't know why. I need to. Let's see. Did Algo come out in 2020? Probably did. Yeah. Okay. It's gonna be the same chart everywhere. So Algo is another one that kind of probably came out right at the end of the 2021 bull market, and then hasn't really had a run yet because, again, we talked about this. And actually, Murad, I was watching one of his videos. He kind of brought this up, how like the barbell strategy with having just Bitcoin only, Bitcoin Ether Sol only, and then high risk, kind of the higher other end of meme coins, and kind of skipping everything in between has kind of been the best strategy up until this point. And this is a perfect example. You have Algorand, strong coin, right? But really hasn't had a run because alts have been really weak, right? But I do think that is going to change. We are going to move higher this year. But yeah, Algorand made a move up in February, came back to retest that low, and then explosive move up. I think we're just pulling back here, and very likely Algorand's going to move higher from here. So I definitely wouldn't be selling. Take profits on the way up. That's definitely something big that I want to touch on before we hit the end of the stream. But yeah, Diane, I think Algorand's going to move higher. Sui, we did not go over yet. Sui, I think because it is been strong up until this point, will continue to be strong. I do like AVAX and some of the others here as a better bet, but Sui, same kind of thing. It will correct at some point. It probably will throw one of these or one of these, but very likely is going to continue to be strong with the rest of the market. We have coins like Lo-Fi and others going off on Sui, which we'll go over. So yeah, I think Sui is going to continue.
Lo-Fi.
Yeah, Lo-Fi is great. Coin real quickly, and then I do want to look at a hype as well.
We need Lo-Fi to go to a B.
Yeah, no, I think it will. There's no T1 exchanges yet, and I'm hearing things, so we'll see. Let's see. Algorand or coin, somebody asked about. Amazing move up. Crazy correction that coin got out the gate. This is kind of to be expected. For big IPOs, a lot of times you're going to get big washouts. Same kind of thing that happens on airdrops. People get a lot of quote unquote free money. It's a little different with the IPOs, but there's a huge sell off. It consolidates and we move higher. Obviously, coin is highly dependent on crypto itself, but I mean it's the kind of the best bet on crypto via the stock market, right? MicroStrategy is a little bit different and a little bit more sketchy, as we've talked about, whatever you want to call it, but. Yeah, coin I think is going to continue up with crypto and is likely to make a new all-time high Q1, I think, of 2025. So if you're a holder of this, I would keep holding. I think very likely Coinbase goes multiples above the all-time high, and probably I don't know if it's in the S&P 500 yet or whatever, but is going to enter the upper echelon of stocks and stuff like that. Again, I'm not an expert on that kind of thing, but I've heard people speculate as such. And again, you guys, you three, anybody chime in on what I'm saying?
I don't think coin is in S&P or QQ, but
Okay.
MicroStrategy is going to be in S&P in 2025.
Yes, yeah, I did see that too.
And
Hyperliquid,
Palantir, if you guys are looking at equities.
Palantir, yeah, we can pull that up too.
Palantir is ripping, like meme coin level ripping.
Yeah, it has not stopped.
It's
So
been ripping for the whole year. Pretty crazy.
So Hyperliquid, interesting whole situation. That versus other airdrops in the past, kind of like a perfect storm, or just like the perfect convergence of a lot of like positive catalysts in one. They did a lot of things differently, where they allocated a ton of the coin itself to the community versus to VCs and all that. And then they're doing a bunch of buybacks and stuff, what I understand, as well as you're just hitting the tailwinds of like a strong crypto bull market in general, to where this just played out perfectly, right? Now, I mean, whenever you have free money, people get dropped. Eventually, usually there's some type of big washout. Now, that big washout could eventually come when the market itself takes a shit, and maybe it keeps going up in the short term. to me, I just always stick to my rule where I don't go in with size on anything unless the setup is favorable for me. Again, due to the fact that if you're top blasting, it works sometimes, but you're just increasing the chances that you're going to buy the top of a major correction. And anybody who's been through this, knows that like buying the top with size, especially, and being ripped down 60, 70, 80%, for weeks on end can be quite stressful and not the most fun.
The dog park.
Who is it? Someone want to mute their mic?
I'll mute him.
It's all good. But yeah, no. So for me, my point in Hyperliquid is we are getting a pretty sizable correction now. For me, I'd like to see a 50, 60% plus correction for me to really go heavy on size in this. But with that being said, same thing as virtuals and Pengu, which we'll go over here. I really do like the long-term prospects of Hyperliquid. And short to midterm, beautiful correction actually with 2 lows already. I'd like to see, probably we'll get one more low here. Maybe I will add a little bit, but either way, I think we're seeing a nice correction here, and very likely Q1 will continue higher.
Oh, sorry, I didn't hear if I missed it. Do you have a long open on Hyper?
No, I don't have anything on Hyperliquid.
You should open one, honestly, maybe soon if it makes.
What's the best way to trade Hyperliquid? On Hyperliquid?
Yeah, so it's a chain too. It's not just.
I don't trade any. Does anyone trade anything on Hyperliquid or the memes?
Yes,
I haven't do it at all.
I've been trading on Hyperliquid for the last 2 weeks.
What's the vibe?
What's the what?
What's the vibes?
Vibes are easy, honestly. If you ever traded on any other kind of like centralized exchange, I mean, you just have to bridge to Arbitrum, which takes, it's very easy, cheap, and fast, and you can do cross leverage up to 5x in most of the tickers. They don't have all of them, but they do have virtual. They have Pengu. They obviously have all the majors. So yeah, it's fine. I'm just hoping that it counts towards whatever. I don't know if they're gonna do a future airdrop or whatever, but I'm racking up trading volume. Yeah, so I'm kind of like racking up points, and it's not extremely like rocket science or anything like. But it's definitely a good platform to trade on. So yeah, you can check it out.
Thing, right? That's the whole thing. Pretty much like rewarding the trader and rewarding the people, like early comers and all that. That's
and you can trade hype in there. So
yeah, that's the point of all airdrops. But like the way they're doing it is like
but no one of that size has ever been done airdrops this way, right?
Now there's been a lot of big ones like that in the past, but the way they're doing it with the buybacks and stuff is just making it like really favorable for people.
Like the buybacks get burnt or like burnt tokens or something.
Yeah, they're like
the team is buying from the market at these prices.
They're like using whatever funds, some kind of funds to buy back. I think fees maybe on the platform to buy back.
And when they buy back the tokens, they burn them.
I don't know if they're burning them, but they're just holding them, right? Like it's just buybacks, like stocks.
Just limiting supply. I mean, a lot of other products.
Like supply control, right?
Yeah, I'm not sure why they're. I mean, maybe they just have super product market fit, and they have.
But just trying to follow the Binance playbook,
Yeah, this is pretty common thing with stock buybacks too, and stuff like that. It's just they're like controlling. It's just supply control, bullish supply control. If it's a good operator, though.
You have VPN in the United States for Hyperliquid? I think so, right?
Yeah, I think so. But yeah, the reason I'm not longing Hyperliquid, I like to do inverse perpetual inverse perpetuals where I'm trading in the actual coin, and there's none of that yet with Hyperliquid. There might be on the actual Hyperliquid itself, but not on major exchanges. But yeah, no, this is a beautiful setup. Even if you're trading on USDT or USDC perps, you can probably get a nice long here. Still very relevant. First major correction. So we are getting to 1055. I want to pull up a few more of the coins you guys suggested. We do need to get into meme coins and then NFTs as well. We do have 500 people here. Love to see that. What are you going to say?
Why are so many big people and characters in the space on crypto Twitter so bullish on Hyper then? Is it just because of the buybacks?
A lot of people got huge airdrops, bro. They got like $1 million airdrops.
So a lot of them are just kind of pumping their own bags in a way.
Yeah, and a lot of them do believe in the platform. Like, don't get me wrong, like great operators and stuff behind it. Sorry, I just got a call. The great operators and stuff behind it, but yeah, a lot of people essentially, that shows the power of airdrops to where
It turns everyone cultish because all of a sudden they have massive bags in the coin.
Yeah, and that's why a lot of brands release. People ask, why would a brand release a token? Why would an NFT release a token? Because you're getting people have a financial incentive to rep your brand and like ride hard for your brand. It makes sense, and that's why a bunch of maybe celebrities, but as well as like existing brands are going to release tokens. They're a great marketing tool, all that stuff. So, great point. Do you have something to add before I move on, Yoni?
Nope.
Perfect.
No, I'm still got a lot of alts. You want to look up Ton? Oh, yeah, you're on Ton.
Yeah, we need to move on quick because, again, we have NFTs and memes to get to. But, yeah, Ton, beautiful setup as well. Correction into this big low. I think we're going to break all-time highs early next year. So, yeah, all the major L1s that are still relevant, I think at least we're going to get all-time highs. From there, I will be pretty aggressive with taking profits on my longs because you never know how high they are going to go. But I think the good ones will see multiples above their all-time highs. So, yeah, Ton, another one, building good stuff on Telegram with the actual chain. Let me see if I missed anything. I'm sorry. Okay, so let me see if I missed anything in the chat. Zig, somebody's asking about Zig. Do we go over KDA? Really quickly, somebody asked that. I want to make sure not to miss that. And then we'll move on. Let's see. KDA, another one that's correcting into this low. Eventually, I do think this is going to see a move up. Again, it's just another strong alt that just hasn't run yet this cycle. But I think, again, these alts that have, still some relevancy will run sometime next year. And then Zig, last one. Then we need to move on to memes. Anybody know anything about Zig? I don't even know what this is, but yeah, big, nice corrective consolidation. Another one that's correcting into this low. I think between here and this low, it will make another move higher. I don't know too much about this to give you a detailed answer. But yeah, I do think Zig very likely between here and the 0.08 low is going to move higher. But let's go ahead and move on to memes here, guys. I already have Flog pulled up, so let's just go ahead and start with that. No better place to start, to be honest. Flog is just a one that we've liked for a very long time. To me, I didn't get an entry, to be honest, until, down here when it was first hyped. A lot of people requested it in streams, but my mind was elsewhere. But us on the streams, we're talking about this for a long time. We're very lucky to have gotten a nice correction the last few months to where I was able to make it a top 5 meme position for me. I like, the other guys can talk about it too, but like, to me, it's just everything checks the boxes perfectly, kind of in its own niche right now. It's like the beautiful art. The content is unmatched right now. Great artist. They created this one-of-one NFT project called The Pawn that I luckily have one of those. My PFP and like all these great factors that are going to result in Flog moving way higher next year. On top of this beautiful corrective chart pattern, no consolidation, multiple bounces, multiple lows. Very likely here, guys, that we've seen the bottom. My last confirmation for me chart-wise would be if we closed above with a few daily candle closes above this prior bounce high at 51 cents. But for me, if we somehow do get another low, I will add. I think Flog is going to the multiple billions and could shock people at like 5 billion next year, especially if we start to see some momentum with, a Binance listing or a Coinbase listing possibly. Or the NFT, a 10K PFP NFT collection, a bunch of catalysts that could drive this higher. But yeah, I think Flog's going way higher. What do you think? What do you guys think?
I like I'm still waiting on a good entry. I kind of missed the one that you highlighted at 200 million.
Here's your entry, bro. I wouldn't try to perfect it. Anybody, not even just the Danksy, but anybody thinking about right now during these corrections, like, you're never going to get a perfect entry, and actually chasing perfect entries is going to get you fucked. And I'm not saying you are, Danksy, but just anybody like, in fact, these big corrections after the first initial move up above the channel is actually usually the safest entry and the most high probability entry because you already have some momentum here. So if you're looking at getting into Flog or any of these coins, I would not try to chase perfection. And these big corrections, once you move out of them, they move out of them quick. So
I'm bullish as fuck on Flog. I love Flog. You already know the position we opened up.
If you're switching coins, can you look up Parsec? It's on
look at Parsec.
It's on TradingView.
But yeah, I think Yoni made Fog a bigger part of his portfolio recently too. So
Yeah,
super bullish on
200.
that.
Bullish as fuck on that.
Good old Michi. Let's see.
Please.
I
Yeah, so
know.
it's over, guys. Pack it up. I sold. No, I'm just kidding. I think
Fuck.
Mishi. No, I think Mishi. A violent move down, but again, same kind of theme that we're getting a nice, no consolidation correction into this low. As long as the whole market doesn't nuke here, I think that Mishi hopefully gives us something like this nice little consolidation for a week or two, and I think it's going to move up. I think it has so much mind share still. People like Ansem, I think he changed his PFP now, but just people like Ansem having this PFP, just very cult. It's an animal, a cat coin, but it's still pretty culty as it comes. I think too much mind share for it to go to zero from here. So I do think very likely he's going to make that first initial move up, and once we do, I think we're going to get the bullish sentiment back. But to me, I still like Mishi. Again, I think this was just a victim of the conditions over the last month. But yeah, I don't think it's over by any means. Mishi, Lo-Fi. Okay, that's another good one.
Oh, Bren, if you have a chance, can you back to trading? Can you look up this coin? It was
Yeah,
in
sure.
the comments, but not on the chat.
Did you send it in the Telegram?
Yeah, I'll send it in Telegram right now.
No, you can tell me. Just tell me the ticker. Sorry, I didn't.
It's PARSIQ.
Oh, Parsec. You did say that. My bad. Parsec. Okay. Parsec. Another one with.
What is this?
Yeah, I think Parsec. I don't know. I forgot. Thanks. You can look up like a brief description. What did you say, Yoni?
At all-time high right now?
Yeah, just hitting it today. But
This
yeah,
this is a weird chart.
Yeah.
Looks like you have it inverted.
Yeah, it's like a kind of inverse head and shoulders almost. But Danksy or somebody who doesn't have their screen shared, can you look up like a brief explanation or brief description of Parsec for me? But yeah, chart wise, again, same kind of theme that we're seeing with Mishi, where
big correction
into a strong low of multiple months. Usually, again, you see that create a really strong bottom. It's another form of consolidation as well, again, which is what you're looking for a major bottom. Moved up heavy off that. We're seeing all-time highs, with the strength of the bull market, depending on, I don't know really what Parsec is. But
it's a platform for like monitoring tools. It's like a crypto tools. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, again, infrastructure plays, right? Infrastructure plays are a lot of what's
analytics.
Okay.
Network activity.
Yeah, I mean, it has time in the game too, right? Like multiple years, like that's usually a great sign for distribution and all that. So, I mean, showing all the good signs probably keeps going up.
It's a fun thing to talk about. Bowden was at $1 billion. Now it's fucking at like zero.
I did see that. Someone tweeted that today. Yeah, I mean, the narrative completely got fucked when Biden got out. But yeah, it's crazy to see that. Just goes to show you got to take profits on the way up and can't go all in.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Lo-Fi to me, Yoni kind of touched on it earlier, but I do think it is inevitable that we're going to get some exchange listings on Lo-Fi. A lot of big names promoting Lo-Fi. A lot of people see that as whatever. I think, if you have a good team behind it and they're competent and there's still a favorable entry, you enter during a correction, you can actually make a lot of money on these plays, whether whoever's behind it or whoever's promoting it. A lot of times those are the best plays to actually, again, if you time it right, to do well on. Lo-Fi, big correction here after an explosive move. I think we called it in the channel down here around 0.03, somewhere around there. But I do think we are seeing its first major correction, and some type of exchange listing or some other catalyst will drive it to that next level at 750, maybe $1 billion on this next run. So if you're in this, I would definitely keep holding. I do think it's kind of the meme coin on Sui, and actually has a lot of backing from the foundation itself. Usually a good sign that it's probably going to continue to be pushed. So yeah, I like Lo-Fi. I'm still holding everything I have. I have a very big part of my portfolio actually in Lo-Fi after it went up so much. I know Yoni got in 6 million, Yoni?
Like 12
million. Amazing play on that. Yeah, Yoni sees a lot of shit early, a lot of stuff that I don't see. So crazy.
S10X. Yeah, I think as Sui moves up, this probably will explode. Is it the number one meme coin on Sui? Is that what it is?
Yeah. There's a lot of
Need this
backing by the
to go-
foundation, and
I need this to go to a B. I need it to. Epic trade ever.
yeah, man, it's definitely possible. Again, the fact that it doesn't have any exchange listings yet is a good sign that there's still a lot of upside. Graphane, we definitely go over that.
Yeah, Griffin is fucking. That one is like, I'm still looking at possibly sizing in at this market cap because it just looks like it still has a lot to run. It's just been pumped.
Yeah, it just comes down to a lot. I think a lot of these coins do go up, but there's just a lot of the coins that we will talk about. There's just no brainer 10x's, 10 to 20, 50x's, and a lot of these other ones.
The RR here, you don't think it's worth it?
What's up?
You don't think the RR is worth it because of time in the game?
Time in the game, and I'm just, who knows? I don't think a lot of these agents necessarily are going to go to those 10, 20.
Graphane is not an agent, right? It's infra.
Yeah,
Okay, thank you for correcting me.
No, I mean, I would probably compare, like, if you have to place your bets on AI16C, Griffin, maybe the new Cerebro, kind of like building platform, and then the other one, what's the other one big on Solana? Waifu?
Waifu is the
okay.
Yeah, but ARK is also seems to be like, I have
ARK.
a pretty big position in ARK that I caught early. It's sitting around the 200 million mark also on Sol.
Yeah, my point is saying I think a lot of the agents are going to be a wash. It's going to be hard to like choose those for that, but the infrastructure plays I do think multiple billions, but I just have way more confidence that at the same market cap, that again, it's not a battle, it's just preference, whatever. But I do think Bitcoin, ticker Bitcoin, all those have a way higher chance of going to those 5, 10, 15,
Right.
20 million market caps. So that's where I'm focusing on right now. But with that being said, if AI is more of your thing or whatever, I do think Griffin, in a nice correction right now, probably moves to $1 billion early next year, if I had to guess.
Yeah, to Joni's point right now, because I like to look at Cookie.fund, that website for like Mindshare, and Griffin is actually number 5th, right above Cerebro and right under AI16C. So it's Farcoin, AIXBT, Virtual, AI16C, Griffin, Cerebro, and Goat. Those are the top kind of like right now, and then you have other ones like Alchemist and kind of like agents, right? But like you're right, like the ones that are attracting the most Mindshare are actually kind of like platforms, infra, aside from AIXBT, which is kind of like an outlier agent, and then Farcoin. But I don't consider Farcoin AI.
Also is an infrastructure play because they have their
Yes.
as well, but it is an agent too, or not an agent. It is. I think it is infrastructure, right? AI16Z because they have
It is infrastructure, yeah, because everyone uses their LLM and libraries for to build.
on.
And a lot of the coins, the agents, they like pay back to the AI16Z wallet or whatever.
Yeah, they have Eliza, which is the number 1 agent, but we'll see.
Yeah, somebody asked about PopCat. PopCat, big correction here. I do think PopCat is going to continue higher. Same kind of thing with we were talking about with Graphane. 750 million market cap. I do think Giga, SPX, ticker Bitcoin, MOG already has, but I don't know exactly what it's at right now, are going to flip PopCat for good. Again, I think a lot of these movements.
MOG is already on top of it right now.
Yeah, I don't know. It's either like right on top of it. I know it's like pretty strongly almost for a little bit, but yeah, I do think these coins that inspire people, bigger things more than just a static picture memes, are gonna flip PopCat for good here soon on this next run. Hence why I've been putting a lot of my time and capital into those. But with that being said, I do have a PopCat position. I do think PopCat probably goes to 2 to 5 billion plus next year, especially once it starts getting a lot of these exchange listings. But yeah, PopCat as well. If you want to read into it, I think they had the CTO lead, who I've gotten to know a lot on Telegram just recently.
Yeah.
I think I know Danksy knows her too, I think, but she's moving away from being the CTO lead and is actually moving on to a position at Jupiter. So definitely.
Well, it looks like we are about to cross 700 live listeners. So I wanted to get a little bit controversial here. I don't know, guys. Do you think the Murat list and the thesis of holding your tokens?
Before we go into this, I feel like we'd literally have this. I was thinking about this. We have this conversation every week, literally, or every 2 weeks. And it takes up so much time. We can go into this briefly, but I feel like we shouldn't get too much into this right this second. This exactly Murad thing, because we'd literally go into it every week. and we have
Yeah.
20 minutes. But let's talk about it for a few minutes. What were you going to say?
No, my point was I don't know if you guys still think that the Murad thesis of holding your conviction tokens, whether meme coins, still plays out. Obviously seeing the performance of his portfolio as well as the new ads, which I think he's been adding Farco and other ones that kind of skew the performance a little bit. But if you kind of look at his
You
original
gotta understand
list,
the thing he puts out on Twitter though is just distribution metrics. That's not his list. He just has a top 10 list of coins he's stuck to. Just to briefly touch on it again, because we just talk about this, I feel like this every week, and I want to move on because we have 20 minutes left. Again, it's like these. I think Yoni and I talked about it the other day. It's just not smart. I think to judge the performance in these just 1 or 2 months where Murad's coins, even though whatever the coins were doing great before the list, like went up after his talk and corrected 50-60%, which is going to happen. Doesn't matter whatever is going on. And then those AI coins kind of came out at that same time. So to judge kind of by this 1 year period or 1 or 2 month period of, and kind of pitting those two against each other, I don't know if that's the way to look at it. But just to briefly touch on it, yeah, I think those coins are in, corrective periods and are the ones that are going to outperform the ones like PopCat, all those, again, because of the cult communities, the same exact metrics or the same exact dynamics that XRP, ADA, all those caused it to run. So to answer your question, I think those coins are the ones that are in the best risk to reward and ROI opportunities in corrections right now. And 60, what we're seeing here too, I forgot to kind of touch on it, is the 60-70% corrections that we're seeing, the 20-30% corrections we're seeing on majors should be expected, and we're going to see it multiple times next year. So if this is stressful to you, definitely start to get used to it. Definitely don't buy, chase pumps, take profits on the way up next time. But these 50, 60, 70% meme coin corrections should be expected multiple times next year. Let's see real quickly. Let's knock out a few memes before we move on to NFTs. We do have wow, what are we at right now? 705 viewers. Love to see that. Trust. Let's look at that. Is anybody else in Trust? Yoni.
No, I saw my Talon. Haven't been trading any meme coins recently, though.
No, I didn't get a position in.
Yeah, so Trust has been 9 days. Correcting for 9 days. I do think it probably runs again. Still lots of mind share. I probably have taken 50% of my position off, still holding this. But corrective looks pretty similar to lo-fi. I do think it's going to move higher. S on Sui, Agent S.
Agent S.
Agent S ripping. Looks nice.
I've been looking at Agent S too, but I have all my money on Sui and Lo-Fi, and I just didn't want to pull from it when Lo-Fi was on this big of a correction. But I've been watching Agent S since 8 million being first AI on Sui. I mean, it's a narrative.
Yeah, for sure. That probably would have been a nice buy at 6 or whatever.
No, 8. Fuck.
It's all good.
I'm still kind of looking should I rotate some of my Lo-Fi in there or just let my entire Lo-Fi position just run?
Brother.
But I do think this is kind of inevitable. Is it inevitable? I mean, first AI agent meme on Sui?
Probably, but again, 60-70% eating a 60-70% correction.
Yeah, you think it's due for that? Yeah, it's the worst. You think?
I don't know if it's due for it, but you never know, right?
It just feels kind of early because it hasn't shot up insane, right? It's just done these little.
Why don't you just open up a initial position and then keep DCA and.
Yeah, for sure. You definitely open a position that doesn't have, that you're not worried about if it goes down 50-60%.
I would
$1,
but I just
love
$1
and then they'll dump on you.
I love my entire Lo-Fi position. It would just be the most epic trade if I just one clipped it once, didn't touch it all the way to a B.
Yeah. Inverse says Murad list needs more time. His long term needs more time. I completely agree. And I love the Murad conversation. And I think we definitely should touch on it every few weeks because, again, not even just about Murad, but these coins that are on his list are obviously super relevant. I just definitely want to, move it along because we do have 15, 20 minutes. But yes, inverse, I do agree. I think Murad's coins, whatever these coins he's talking about, are in nice corrections right now, and are the ones that are going to be explosive next year. The most explosive UFD. Let's look at that real quick. Unicorn Fart Dust, obviously one that I've faded, but obviously super relevant. Cool narrative around this. Will it continue to keep relevance? Who knows? Nice consolidation here on 6 days ago. I think for Loco, was it you that was saying last week that you got a position in this?
Yeah, I still have a position in this. I think we haven't seen yet the mania, so I'm holding it. I know the risk is, it fades just like chill guy, kind of like faded, but I do think we might see another
This
retest of
chart,
all-time highs
this
here.
chart looks so much healthier than all the other ones. It looks like it's held 100
Yeah,
million since it's been there.
yeah,
Above,
it's been
like,
moving up, and the guy has been like streaming every day. He promised
yeah,
not to sell for the next 3 months. So, when you have someone that is just pumping content every other day and just appealing to normies, etc. So yeah,
mad
I'm
I
just
faded this
holding.
too. I'm mad I faded this too because when you look at it, it does kind of have every element that this needs, and I'm really surprised it's been holding 100 million. I'm just have like PTSD from everything that like hasn't,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Great points, guys. I'm just to add on to that. I do think UFD is kind of a little bit of a hybrid where it's a meme, but as well has an operator behind it.
Right.
Operator behind it with this guy.
Someone that keeps it moving every day that people are relying on, that's constantly showing up, like an
Exactly, bro.
streaming, like it's just kind of a mix of everything.
Exactly. Yeah. Nailed it, bro. It's just like Zero Bro. It's like kind of a hybrid meme.
Can we what's the holder list? 35,000. I mean, it's pretty
35.
decent.
Yeah.
What is that relative for other market caps around the same thing? Is that high, low, normal?
I think
I mean, kind of like depends. Like 150 million. Well, I don't know. I mean, look, if you look at Mudeng, no, but like Goat, they have really like 60,000 holders and are 450 million. So I guess depends really on the
I guess
token.
it seems fairly
Yeah.
in line. It's like half the market cap of FWOG. It has half the holders.
Yeah, but you can
Fog has
also
a little bit
fake
more time
those
in the game,
numbers really quickly. Like, you can fake it really easily.
That's true.
Farcoin is like what is it like? Also like 50,000 holders and a billion market cap.
Let's talk about Farcoin quick before we move on.
Yeah, let's go to Fart.
Alk is a buy right now.
We'll look at our Alk too. Fart. Oh, this is based Fart.
Farcoin is like. Do we think Farcoin is going to be like the coin of the cycle almost in a way? I mean, I just feel like it's such a talking point. I could see every
right? Cycle. Who knows if it's gonna be the coin of the cycle or what that really means? But like,
well, I just mean the one that gets not even the most upside, but as much like I could just see the most retail. Like I could almost see the news channels in my head just talking shit, using Fartcoin as the thing to talk shit about crypto with.
Yeah, I think it's funny, but it's like I don't know. I think there's a lot more interesting stuff that it's like gonna be more like.
Well, I don't think it's about interesting. It almost just feels like the world would try and shit on.
Just has more substance. Like you can make a fart joke so much where it's going to be like, you know what I mean? I get it. Like I completely get it, and I think it's going to continue. Has a lot of mind share. But as far as like, is it going to be like the coin like Doge because it's a fart? Like I don't know. I push back on that a little bit. What do you think?
Well, I don't think it's about it being a fart, and I'm curious to hear everyone else's things. I think it's just purely the fact of hearing mainstream, whether it's news channels, media, just saying fart coin, 1 billion, 2 billion, just like having an asset representing the crypto trenches called fart coin that's constantly moving up. I feel like what is the joke? And then I feel like every time that someone from the outside or retail points at it, like these guys that have all these media channels, it's just going to create like more frenzy. And I feel like, correct me if I'm wrong, but that feels like what the whale money's bets. Like for Loco, is that kind of like kind of like what you are thinking as well? What kind of?
Yeah, I mean, look, when I bought this, I really liked that the fact that it kind of like was created by Truth Terminal. It's kind of like of Goat. So I had both Goat and Farcoin, and I've been buying this since like 200 million. And was I expecting this to kind of like be what it is right now? No. Do I think it goes higher? Yes. But I don't. I'm not even placing any fundamentals because, as Brent said, the truth is, there's not really anything behind it, but just the fact that it was created by a true terminal. There's the fart joke, but yeah, I mean, look, I'm holding it. I took some profits, to be honest, because the truth is, really like 5x on this thing. And there's just so much you can squeeze out of something that doesn't really have more than a strong community, right? So I am still bullish on it, but I'm not adding at all at this point.
Fair.
So
I like that though. I like you took profits when you got in around here, like
Yeah,
beginning of
fair.
December, right?
yeah, actually, I got in before that to be on that app once. Yeah,
Right down
right
here.
there. Yes, and then I bought on the dip. Right there in December. So my entry was around 250 or something like that. So my
Well,
kind of
nice.
like overall.
Great
Yeah.
trade, man. Congrats on that.
Yeah, great
Huge,
trade,
man.
bro.
You nailed that. You even talked about it in the stream and everything, even before like got crazy. So good work on that. I do think Fartcoin will probably come back down because of this consolidation and the failed to break this high. Probably comes down one more time. Maybe cools off because it's kind of was the runner for a bit. But I could see Fartcoin going viral in that way, like you were talking about, Yoni. We'll see how many billions of market caps it goes to.
Oh, Bren, Trisig bounced right when you said it would, right where you drew it. Trisig, SIG. Yeah.
That's another agent, right?
So
Yeah.
Yoni sent me this. I think around here we were
Yeah.
talking about. I think we comes one back one more time. He even gave us a
Look,
bit.
you drew the exact line for it.
Yeah, let's see. Let's see how fucking close it came down to it.
Literally.
A few, yeah, pretty close. But yeah, beautiful. Gave us a nice consolidation before too, and it's ripping.
35% last night.
Yoni, dude, he just feeds me these like fucking AI plays and these nice corrections, man. It's beautiful. We this guy's a beast.
What's the unique thing about Tri Sigma? I've been looking at it from on X, but I don't know exactly what it differentiates itself from
So-
other agents.
It's not the biggest differentiator in the world. And honestly, as soon as I spoke to Bren and he kind of like talked me out of buying that top and then trying to find like a better entry, I realized it's just finding a great entry on the coin that I love because I think it'll be around. I'm not the most bullish on it on earth, but it's it gives more of an in-depth analysis. It provides the chart as well.
Wait,
and
we
and
lose
gives-
you?
Can you hear
No,
me?
he's still here. I can hear him.
Okay.
Maybe,
It
yeah.
gives you like take AIXBT for example, like this will put the chart in there and then it'll give you like much more specific like resistance levels and like buy levels and sell levels that you should look out for. So it's just much more specific. And I think it also does on Twitter analysis where like it'll also like have data on KOLs and it'll have data on like different people that have called stuff. It'll have data on like it'll call a rug pull where it's like, yo, stay away from this token. Like all this shit looks bundled. It just has like a lot more information where, I don't know. It just,
It's like a more in-depth AIXBT type
and I
shit.
keep seeing people constantly mention it. So it just feels like it's going to be here for a little bit.
Absolutely. AIXBT kind of vibes, but like a little bit more extensive. I could see it running, especially with this correction. Somebody asked about Pengu. That's definitely one I want to talk about.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
if you're not in the Boss Bank Calls Telegram channel, definitely go check that out. I did like an in-depth breakdown on that, but I'll do a quick review right now. For me, Pengu, same type of thing as Hyperliquid, but it's kind of in a deeper correction. I am thinking about actually going in with size here. I do think Pengu, usually with these big corrections with the airdrops, there is a big washout period. You could argue that it already happened off the initial rip here, but I think we're seeing another version of people taking profits here, and very likely between here and this low at 0.02. Very likely, probably low point after one more low at 0.03, probably bottoms out and rips higher. I think Pengu is going to be a $10 billion coin eventually. Again, I think the mix of strong NFT collections creating tokens and strong meme coins creating NFTs are going to be a convergence that just makes sense. And for that reason, I think we have the abstract airdrop coming, which Rhodes and was touching on, as well as a bunch, just the strength of the NFT bull and crypto bull that's coming. I think Pengu is going to rip. Now, is it my favorite bet at 2 billion? No. Do I wish it was at like fucking 700 million right now? Yes. For me, that would be a way better bet at size. But with that being said, I do think it's going to rip to 10 billion plus next year because it's all of these, again, we call them meme coins, we call them whatever. They're tokenized communities at the end of the day. And Pudgy Penguins are one of the strongest tokenized communities of all time. So having a token with a good operator like Luca, with the resources and the
Abstract is coming up too.
And abstract and the strength of the NFT bull is going to push Pudgy Pengu to 10 billion.
What's abstract?
Abstract's the chain that they're building, like with that they're building on the side. They're going to be able to other projects to be able to launch on there as well. But it's going to be
building a chain called Abstract.
Yeah,
It's gonna
abstract.
be like what, like an IP based chain. It's gonna be IP.
Yeah, it's an L2, right?
Where
Yeah.
are they building on? ETH? On Sol?
Yeah, I think it's an ETH too.
Interesting.
Definitely. I'll
And,
definitely say.
and how is it different? I mean, I'm not sure if you guys know, but how does it differ from like any other L2? Like
Again, they're trying to do an
IP.
IP thing where again it's like run by the Pudgy Penguin Igloo people, where it's gonna be more IP plays like NFTs and different kind of specialized chains for different IPs that are trying to build through NFTs and stuff.
Interesting.
Definitely look more into that. But yeah, Pudgy, I think if it does come down one more time, I probably will add with size. You know, again, 2 billion. I like those other plays. I like probably under $1 billion, but still, I think Pengu next year. I haven't added yet, but I am holding my airdrop. The few airdrops that I got from the few, old ETH wallets and a few other NFT collections I hold.
If I had to pick between Pengu or virtuals with size at this market cap, I'm picking virtuals.
Yeah, I would.
It's a completely different play, but yeah,
But virtuals is all at all-time highs. No.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
I guess you're right. You're
Makes
right.
a perfect point. That's a differentiator for me.
Yeah, you're right.
If it's just strictly market cap, you zoom out a year from now. Yeah, I agree with you, Yoni. But yeah,
As far as a better time to buy now, yeah, you guys are both right. I agree.
You're right too, though, as well. I do think virtuals probably might have more upside because it's an infrastructure play. But 799 viewers, really quickly. If you guys, appreciate you guys for coming here. We do this stream twice a week. My name's Bren. All of our Twitters are here, there. Definitely follow everybody on the panel. B3L is their group that they, a small NFT collection / alpha group that they run. Definitely check out everything they're doing. Follow everybody on the panel as well. I think we'll stick around for a little bit longer today because we haven't hit NFTs yet. Rotes, I know we've been yapping here for about an hour, but are you still here with us, brother? If not, don't worry about it. You can chime in whenever. TARS AI. TARS AI. TAI. Anybody heard of this? TAI?
Yeah, that was I think called by either Elia Trades or Alex Becker. So at some point.
Oh, you're right. You're right. I did see. I think Alex called it down here.
Yeah.
In his video. You're right. I do remember that.
So are these just ChatGPT connected to Twitter through an API and
yeah, that's what a lot of them are, right? That's why the infrastructure ones that are actually building AI agents are different. But yeah, a lot of them, the AI agents are not even are off like JavaScript or whatever connected to ChatGPT, and that's the argument. A lot of people, Murad even talked about recently. A lot of these AI coins are like pretending to be utility, but they're really still memes, but they're really just ChatGPT and probably don't need tokens. And that's why I'm saying like be very aggressive with taking profits on the
I mean, at the end of the day, like none of these crypto projects are making foundational models, so they're all using ChatGPT or Llama or any of them.
I think the only one is AI
with Eliza and Zerapy. They have their own framework. It's not just
but
no way
also
they're
virtuals.
building foundational models. No way they have like billions and billions of compute hours to build foundational models.
Again, this is not my thing, but I do know from what I understand that you're right. Most of them are just based off ChatGPT, JavaScript, or whatever. But the Eliza and the other ones actually have their own framework and models. I don't know what the fuck that means. I'm not an AI guy, but that's the difference from what I've heard. TAI, again, in a nice correction here. Again, it's not that tight of a correction. It could, again, continue lower and turn into a 60-70% correction. But again, if you're in the believer in the, a lot of these coins that Elio and Alex are on top of are going to ride the strength of the AI bull. So I think it's very likely after one more low, we're going to probably see another move higher in TAI. So I would not be a seller of TAI here, and I would continue to hold this. I have been looking to get into a few more AI things, so I might look into this actually.
Wait, Bren, pull up ARC for me. Because this one's been on a lot of people. It's all over crypto Twitter, and I have a big position in it.
So you're telling me to pump your bag, shill your bags as well?
Yeah, if you could show my bag for a sec.
All right, so everybody buy this now. No, I'm just fucking kidding. Totally kidding.
I'm thinking whether I should de-risk or take some profit here or just let it ride.
What's your entry?
I took a bit already. My entry was like 40 million. 44 million.
Okay, of course it was. Fucking beast.
I sent it to you.
This guy catches 6, 7, 10 X's like it's fucking nothing, man.
This one was actually kind of like staying on the 100 million for a while.
I
So
know.
yeah.
E-Man asked, "Do I have a call channel or anything?" Yeah, so I run a calls it's called Boss Man Calls, but put out trade ideas, streams, all that. If you look at Boss Man Calls on Telegram, like I said, I post in there as well. And then these guys do have both a Telegram and a Discord where they post a lot of good stuff in there as well. Sorry to interrupt whoever is talking.
No, you're good. He was saying that it's been holding the 200 million mark surprisingly. I've been surprised too. I took a bit of profit already, and then once I saw it holding that, I kind of got scared to take more because I thought maybe this could end up being one of the infrastructure runners on Sol.
Yeah.
What's the story on this one?
I really don't have much of a story. I just know that it's one of the few infrastructure runners. It seems to be like in the conversation outside of the two big ones. It seems to be that like Griffin and Arc are the two that are kind of competing with these like new come infrastructure plays. Yeah, I don't know much more other than that.
Right on. Yeah, so I mean, if it can break above this all-time high, then it's probably going to keep running. I imagine it would. But like you guys said, it did hold this low. You haven't taken any profits yet, Yoni?
I have, yeah. I sold like 150,000 tokens already. I was gonna sell a bit more, but now I've just been seeing it hold, and I'm scared I might have a runner, so I've just been kind of like letting it chill.
Yeah, if it can like have a strong move up here, break clearly above this high, then I would hold.
Right.
Take profits a little bit, but if it continues to chop up, there's a possibility it comes down again.
Maybe de-risk at like all-time high a bit or something.
Yeah.
Like shave a bit at all-time high, like 260, 270.
Definitely not a bad idea. Let's see. Looking at the chat, Doge. Yes, we did not look at Doge. Huh?
Open up Doge for sure.
So yeah, I don't think Doge is going to $1. Nice correction here. I thought it might have held this low here, but again, everything else kind of took a shit. But very possible we see a bounce and then maybe one more low. But this is corrected here. I think Doge is going to rip to $1. Maybe on this next run. We haven't even gotten any strength from Elon or anything yet. The fact that it's still sitting at 30 cents here, it's going way higher. I think it's a no-brainer. I'm treating a lot of this as kind of like a major where I'm parking a lot of my profits and from these smaller things into Doge. Again, because I think it's, as kind of as safe of a bet as ETH and Sol right now as far as risk downside, but a lot more upside in the short term. So yeah, Doge I think is going way higher.
I'm surprised Doge is still at this level with Elon putting some Doge tweets out now.
Did he make any Doge coin specific tweets?
I mean, he's hinting at it. It's not like specifically Dogecoin. It's like Doge in general.
Yeah, the agency 100%, and that's why I think obviously it was a big reason this ran up. But if he like mentions Dogecoin or even meme coins directly, I think that might be the one that really makes an impact. So yeah, great point. I think Doge is going to rip higher, maybe makes another low or two, but yeah, I definitely would not be a seller of Doge. Inverse says I got to go. Thanks for the alpha stream. Yeah, no worries. Thanks for being on Inverse.
Why does everyone saying whiff? Look at whiff for the top signal this cycle.
What?
Why do I keep seeing people say that look at whiff for the top signal this cycle?
Yeah, I don't know.
What's whiff at? Like 1.8 bill?
Something like that, yeah. Pretty crazy how it came all the way back to this high and fucking failed to break. But I think it is probably just forming a corrective consolidation, inverse head and shoulders type shit. And then probably moves higher. Whiff, what is it, 2 billion now? Yeah. I think Whiff and Popcat are going higher, but I think a lot of other shit's gonna explode way higher from here. But yeah, Whiff I think is a no-brainer. Kind of set and forget type shit. Fred, yes, Fred is one that I get a lot lately. I do think Fred and Peanut are seeing their first major corrections, but the fact that you, Jazlad, sorry, I'm completely butchering your name, I'm sure. The fact that you and others keep asking me about the coin tells me there's a community formed around it, and I think this is its first major correction. Yes, it's a nasty correction of 90%, but we've seen this happen before. I do think Fred, Peanut, I think already got a Binance, or I'm sorry, a Coinbase listing, correct?
I think so.
Yeah.
So I do think Fred will be Peanut kind of beta, and the fact that we'll run again. Is it going to run as hard, or is it as sure of a bet as Peanut? Maybe not, but I do think it is going to have another leg up. And very likely here after this last low, if we get some consolidation here, which we've already gotten a week, maybe a little bit more, I think Fred's going to move higher. Nasty correction, just an example of, you got to sell on the way up, and these things are to be expected. But with that being said, I think Fred actually has an actual community behind it and is going to have a recovery next year, very likely. Peanut, same kind of thing, I think. I don't know how hard this one's gotten hit.
Oh man.
Yeah, 70-80% still pretty nasty. But yeah, I think Peanut, Fred probably gonna have a resurgence next year. This already been consolidating for a week. If we get another few days, that'd be great.
What's the catalyst for Peanut? It's already dead. So
yeah, again, it's just about the strength of a bull market, and it has a Coinbase listing, and there is like a relevant. There is still a community that's built behind it. The biggest thing is people are going to go on Coinbase. They're going to see, okay, I know what the fuck Peanut is. I remember this. This happened 4 months ago. And for that reason, I think it goes up. Again, does it go to 10 billion like Giga and SPX and MOG probably do? No. But I think it probably slips into 3, 4, 5 billion slowly. What were you going to say, though?
It's on Binance, not Coinbase.
Oh, my bad. I thought. Oh, Coinbase just made a post with a squirrel in it. I think people were speculating.
Yeah, Coinbase is starting to list some coins now.
Eman says, and Bossman calls was wondering if Yon Wick got any channels as well. Definitely follow Yoni's Twitter. He just started this recently. He's going to be more, active in different stuff. Definitely look out for him. He has a lot of great stuff coming. I won't say too much, but a lot of exciting content coming from him.
I'll start calling things on my Twitter just so people can have to see what I'm in.
Do it. Yeah, people want to hear from you. Definitely follow Yoni on Twitter. We want to see him tweeting more. Let's see. Yon, yeah. Another person asked Yon, do you run a Telegram channel? Damn, everybody's loving the Yoni.
Yeah, because you fucking hyped out the 5X every single day from Yon.
Yeah, you're bugging. I mean, I think it's pretty obvious. I think everyone on here, honestly, it's like all of us should just start one Telegram where we just put all of our calls in there, because really, if they would have just been buying anything that anyone on this channel has been recommending over the past 60 days, they'd be up big.
Yeah, that's why I think these streams are so valuable for sure.
Yeah, they can look back on our stream, see us call 100.
Yeah, we should do a little highlight chop up of different times that we've all called things or whatever, and then date them and then figure out a way to
Absolutely, that's the move next year, and that's what we're working on behind the scenes. Again, is just the reviews and just putting different clips out during the week. That's 100%.
You know what you got to open up for AI? So open up SNI. This is a new one I've been in for a little bit, but still lower market cap. It's only at 29 million. It did just pump, but it's consolidating. It feels like at these levels.
SNI.
Yeah, SNAI. This is really a
SNAI.
It's not infrastructure, or it's kind of like a utility play. I think so. The developer is doxed. It's Bakar.io or something is his Twitter. He live streams his coding sessions, and from what I believe or what I understand, he primarily is trying to work on making swarms essentially and making it cheaper and more effective for people to be able to build.
Are you talking about the swarms guy?
Yeah.
SNI, is he have a different coin? Because there's swarms.
No, I'm saying just on the technology, on being able to do swarm technology.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What is swarm technology?
I think it's essentially just being able to mass produce agents that are more complex essentially, and being able to make, essentially he's working on making it cheaper for other people to be able to launch agents as well. And some other element of being able to make it cheaper for other infrastructures as well. Honestly, I should be doing more research on it. I caught it so early and it's so new.
Where'd you get it on this one?
Well, so I've been having a bit of I've been doing this a lot, which is really a lesson. I've seen these things way early. Same thing with ALK, and then I'll go on Twitter. So I've been tracking this, and I was in at 7 or 8 million. But then the same thing with ALK. ALK I got in early, but then I'll go on Twitter, bro. And since I'm kind of new to getting in on these super early, there'll be so much FUD, and then usually I'll think I'll outgraduate the FUD, because of my research and my conviction. But then there'll be some fucking loser on Twitter, doxing his face, completely letting it all out there, talking crazy shit about things being farmed or rugs or whatever, and producing some kind of proof. And even though it seems to still be bullshit and disproven over time, these guys still do the most ridiculous shit to try and fudge you out of your bags. So like, that's why the only tweet I had recently on my Twitter was, you truly get the price you deserve on these coins. It's super fucked up, because I've been in these coins multiple times now at like 8 million, then got fudded out of my own bag. Same thing with ALK, and then bought back in higher. So I've been in this since like 17 million, but same thing with a few of these now. I've been fudded out of my own bags or half my positions because of some bullshit I've seen on Twitter. So sorry for the rant, but lesson learned, like, do fucking research, have conviction, and then once you make your buy, shut your shit off. So you don't
for sure. When it comes to like any kind of negative stuff or like price sentiment, you want to be very, very okay. You want to learn from everybody, but be very, very picky who you take. Most people's stuff with a grain of salt, unless it's somebody who's proven to you know what the fuck they're talking about. They have years in the game. Everybody else, hear what they're saying, but don't take what everybody's saying for fucking.
Because people are going to do some wild shit. Like, even on Twitter, they're going to put up fake evidence or something compelling as fuck. Like, this guy literally put his face out on the fucking internet in order to FUD this bag.
And even if it's not intentional FUD, a lot of people, again, general consensus about price action and trends tends to be wrong. If most people were right about stuff before it was happening, there would be no alpha. You know what I mean?
With some of these guys, you learn they just get fucked on their entries or whatever, and then are just so brutally pissed that they just want to like FUD the fuck out of a bet. Like, literally, sometimes it's that.
What they're doing.
Dude, people are animals. That's what you gotta realize. People are fucking animals out here.
People are animals when they're able to hide behind an anonymous.
Exactly right.
100%. Great things. Let's see. Let's go back to the chat. Yes, 100%. It is not on Coinbase. It is on Binance. My bad. Like not officially. Yeah. Peanut is on Coinbase, just not listed yet, I think. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's been talked about. Go ahead. Yeah, I don't know if it's listed, but we were looking at Zero Bro a second ago.
Yeah, I think it's still good buy time.
Yeah, Zero Bro definitely.
NFTs for like 15 minutes after.
Yeah, absolutely.
Maybe
I don't know. Is Rhodes here still with us or no?
I don't think so. I think we just gotta run it. The amateur hour NFTs, you know.
I'm here, but not really. I am incapacitated by this power outage.
Oh no man, sorry to hear that. Yeah, handle that. No worries.
Merry Christmas, Rhodes.
Yeah. Merry Canadian Christmas. No.
You got to talk about Project Aeon too, because I have one now.
What? Project Aeon. Yeah, no, I picked up another one too. Yeah. So, sucks to hear that Rhodes is dealing with this power outage right now, but I'll just talk about a little bit about what I think what's going on. We don't have the statistics, which Rhodes usually pulls up to see exactly what's happened with floor prices over the last few weeks. But I'll go ahead and pull up, a lot of the top Ethereum NFTs. I think Pudgy's chilling around,
moving up again.
Yeah, moving up around 23. We're seeing Azuki all the way at 11.8, which is crazy. Lil Pudgy's at 2.5, which are higher than Mutants right now, I think. We're seeing Doodle start to move up. A lot of this off the hype of token talk, right? Stuff like that. Beans, which we talked about earlier, starting to move up more. Again, mostly due to the token stuff. And then, not much has happened the last few weeks, right? I think we're kind of waiting for the anime stuff, a lot of the token stuff to start to come out. I wouldn't be surprised if Yuga, does some stuff. Again, I think they're going to have to. We're probably going to get flipped by Azuki and stuff like that. But, of course, Abstract, a lot of stuff potentially coming. But I expect this is kind of going to be more of an announcement season, a lot of, hype and stuff kind of coming out where a lot of these strong operators have kind of been waiting for conditions to get hot for them to just kind of start striking. Hence, we're already starting to see. I think a lot of people in NFTs are newer to trading. It was kind of their first foray into trading or forte into trading, however you say it, where they don't really have the perspective of multiple cycles. And a lot of people don't even think cycles or anything apply to NFTs. And I push back against that a lot. Cycles and boom and bust hype cycles happen in every single asset class out there. It happened in stocks with penny stocks and all this different stuff. To where I think right now what we're seeing in NFTs is just the second bull market that's going to happen. Me personally, I think what's going to end up, and I've been pretty consistent on this, I think what we're going to see in NFTs here is a lot of the strong 2021 projects moving up and a lot of them getting back to all-time highs in ETH. But I do think it's going to be driven highly concentrated in those few projects. We're not going to see the crazy, we're going to see new mints, but it's not going to be like where new mints are driving stuff. I think a lot of that is going to be in meme coin NFTs. So it's going to be heavily concentrated again, I think, in 2021 projects, Azuki, VFriends, Doodles, Bored Apes, all that. And then the rest in meme coin NFTs, kind of that barbell kind of thing we've seen in crypto itself type of thing. So anything on like the 2021 or like the classic projects here that we're looking at, Danksy or for Loco even in here anymore? No?
Yeah, I'm here, bro.
Okay, awesome. Sorry, I didn't look at the screen since I'm sharing. Anything you guys want to add here? I'll go into a little bit of what I'm doing in the meme coin NFT stuff, but
I bought a Luces, like
nice. Right on. We'll look at that too when we'll get to the meme coin stuff. But for Loco, anything like on the general NFT market you want to add or?
No, I was looking at Azuki and Beans. Pre-anime, but they're run, so I'm just gonna hold up just yet. But I'm definitely looking to pick up here in Azuki or Bean, maybe an Elementals. So
do you think the anime airdrop's gonna be like for the Azukis, like gonna be like close to 6 figures, like the PUBG ones would, if you had to guess?
To be honest, I have no idea. But I do think it's going to be more than just a drop. I think they're cooking up a bunch of stuff. So when I look at where Pudgy is at and where apes are, I do think there's higher upside for Azuki if that's the case. So but no, I haven't picked up any yet. I just been scouting the market and just potentially seeing if I can pick up one of this. So yeah.
Right on. Yeah, Azukis are great. I'm definitely having a lot of Azuki FOMO. Up from 4 ETH when we first started talking about them, up to 12 now. One of the most aesthetic NFT projects out there. I'd love to have some like one of the like this or some shit like that. Beautiful. I love the clean ones. So yeah, I like what they're doing with the concept of decentralizing anime. If they can pull that off and make people give a fuck about it, I think that's great. So higher in the short term, I think. Kind of what I've been doing really in the NFT world the last week is still been accumulating a ton of VFriends. I do think as far as 2021 projects go, they're the most undervalued. Again, it's an operator play.
Gary V is your best friend.
Yeah, no. Yeah, he's a homie. No, but the again, when it comes down to I think it's the most undervalued project. At the end of it, the only thing that's going to matter in any of these NFT shit 5 years from now is if people give a fuck about the actual IP, whether it be Azuki, VFriends, whatever. Whether that be through games, anime, digital collectibles, cartoons, whatever. And I do think Gary V, his message, all his content and stuff is going to translate really well into these VFriends, and he's just the best operator in the game. So for me, that's where my highest conviction NFT bet is. So yeah, I'm up to like 120 of these VFriend Series 2. At 0.08, my thesis is they are going to return to multiple ETH next year. That's what they were at when they came out in 2021. I think they are going to burn some of these. It is a 50K collection, which I think is what holding a lot of people back. But I think if Mutant Apes can get to 30 ETH at a 20K collection, I think there's no reason why these Series 2 VFriends in a all-out bull market can't get to 2 or 3 ETH out of 50K collection. So, and then the ratio between Series 1 and Series 2 are crazy low right now. So yeah, been accumulating these. I think right now, if you don't have a lot of money and looking to get exposure to a good NFT project that also has a great community and great vibes in the Discord and all that, definitely check out VFriends Series 2. I think these are going to be held low for a little bit lower, but I think these are going to go crazy next year. So take a look at that. Gary V actually gifted me this Karma Kiwi, which I'm stoked about, directly from his wallet. I'm definitely not going to sell this. So stoked on that. I'm at 10 Series 1 VFriends as well. I think this is going to be huge next year. So definitely take a look at that. Picked up a Project Aeon, which Yoni did as well recently.
Also, I have this one Solana NFT. Remember the SMB?
Yes.
Are there anything, I guess for anyone listening, so it's not just about my pick, are there any Solana NFTs on any of your guys' radar that you feel like will hold other than the Zero Bro NFTs or AI Agent NFTs? And if so, like I have an SMB Gen 2 Should I swap it for another NFT on
What
ETH?
I would do, yeah, these guys can give you like more of a perspective from the last cycle because again, I wasn't like crazy on NFTs. But what I would do, yeah, I would swap that SMB again. I think SMB is going up, but it's not going to go up at the rate that these Zero Bros, Zero Borns, and maybe AI16Z partners are going to go up because of how irrelevant and how much mind share both meme coins and especially Zero Bro itself has. So yeah, if you're asking me, what is the SMB at? Like 20 Sol or something?
I'm
Or-
not sure. Danksy, what do you think? And honestly, I was wondering whether I should offload it like after Soul pumps a little bit.
SMB.
SMB Gen
I mean,
2.
those look nice. I don't really try to buy a lot of NFTs because the liquidity is kind of weird for
Right.
me. I bought this one because it looks cool. Let me show my screen. I bought this one 2 weeks ago. It just looks cool. And it was on the floor, and it definitely looks cool.
Which? SMB?
This one. No, the Lucis.
Oh yeah, you did this on thing on stream.
Yeah, we bought this last week.
Yeah.
the
Definitely want to look at that. But to answer your question, Yoni, honestly, bro, me personally, I 100% swap that for 8 or 9 Zero Born NFTs, and I think that is.
What about the Fartcoin NFTs?
Fartcoin hasn't really responded to the price action of Fartcoin, which I think the Fart NFTs haven't responded and kind of haven't followed, which I think they will if I had to guess, but Zeroborn is 100% already shown us that one, he's adding utility to them. You can use them on the website, and two, they've already shown to track the price of the coin. So
cool. What's the floor at?
2 Sol. That's what I'm saying. You can sweep 10 right now.
Cool.
We'll talk about this after if you want me to help you, but yeah, I would sell that into the instant sell.
Okay, cool. So pretty much there's no NFTs that's on your guys' radar for anyone listening on Solana except for the AI agent ones?
For me personally,
it seems like the AI agent ones are doing very well on Sol.
Yeah, and again, I think a lot of these, I think our Retardio cousins, I think are going to do great. These Yakubs, but yeah, to answer your question, Yoni, a lot of this stuff on Sol right now, as far as meme coins go, are dead. In general, is the AI stuff. So,
all right, cool.
So yeah, I personally would sweep like 10 Zeroborns if I were you. We'll talk about it though. But as far as NFT goes, yeah, the Pawn Zeroborn, I think I have 10 or 15 of the Zeroborns.
I think on that right now, you know.
The what?
The Pond.
The Pond? I don't know if there's been any movement on it.
Yeah, I wouldn't expect any movement on it.
The floor on this keeps going lower though. It went from 160 like last time we were on down to 140. Again, I think what we're going to see here is it's nice. It's like a form of consolidation we're seeing here at 100 Sol. It literally is like consolidation on the chart is exactly what you want to be seeing before a major reversal. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see a few more sales at or near 100. Once FWOG starts moving up, people have more liquidity to start buying these. I do think we're going to, again, like Rhodes is saying, start to see some 200-300 Sol buys here next year.
What is this GOAT NFT?
I don't know if that's actually supported, hence why it's so low. It's only 0.08
It's so low.
I don't think this has any. I don't think this is official at all. But that's what fucked with me on Fart. I was like, oh, this isn't official. What's that 0.3? And then all of a sudden it shot up to fucking point.
Dude, I feel like the NFT art, just talking about the art, looks better on ETH.
Yeah. I think a lot of more of the serious projects so far have been on ETH longer term, and hence why they probably put a lot of the more effort into the art. But you know, as we've seen with I think the meme coin NFT stuff's going to be huge, and as we know, a lot of the meme coins are on Sol. So who knows? Maybe that changes. But yeah, to anybody's watching this, you're looking at NFTs. Again, you know, the VFriend Series 2 for lower stuff, but as well as the meme coin NFT stuff, you can get a lot of these stuff at pennies right now. The Luces, which Danksy was talking about, as an example of stuff that, you know, belongs to a pretty solid community in meme coins, but it's completely undervalued, and people are just completely sleeping on these right now. I think you can get a lot of these already existing meme coin NFTs for pennies right now. And not only are these going to go up in Sol, but while Sol's going up. So the people who make the right buys in NFTs when the hype is really low right now are going to get great leverage bet. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, Luces, I think, what's his name? Danksy's looks sick. I don't know if you want to pull that up, bro. My bad.
The trajectory of Luce, the coin has been a bit funky.
Yeah, no, it's correcting hard for sure. But I do think it'll have another resurgence.
You really got to take profits on the way up on these things, because I swear there was once upon a time not so long ago, I was looking at half these coins like they were the fucking ones.
Yep, that's what I'm telling you, bro. Shit's fleeting.
Dude, this one's so funny though.
You got to take profits. What's up?
This
Oh,
one's
you're
so
looking at it.
funny.
Yeah, bro, that's sweet. That's funny.
Honestly, I'd buy more, but I just only like the bear false witness
You
ones.
should just sweep all the bear false witness ones.
Bro, they're actually not that bad. You just only own the
Bro, you should sweep 10 of those. That's so funny.
You're gonna be a bear false witness whale.
Yeah.
Dude, these are so funny though. Like
That's cool. Yeah, I think we're gonna start to see a lot of meme coin NFTs start to drop here soon. Like I know, like barely any of them have them yet. So the early adopters are I think are gonna do well.
Damn, should we talk about how Bully's literally been getting fucking destroyed?
Bully's been getting bullied. Did you see the FUD on Twitter?
Yeah, there's been crazy FUD.
I think there is like evidence that the group like kind of running it has done rugs in the past, but how much influence do they have over it? I don't know.
Every other fucking coin that I was in that got fudded, right after I got fudded out of my bag, they absolutely exploded.
Yeah, I mean, if I had to guess, just because of the mindshare it did have, and it looks pretty corrective, probably does make another move up. But again, it's just like, is it the best move to put your capital in?
Wouldn't you feel comfortable investing after you've seen it tank so hard?
That again, because of the other shit that I get into, like the other shit, like the fucking music and all this other nerdy shit that gives me perspective outside the chart type shit, whereas Bully, I don't really have that confidence because to me personally, it's just preference. I'm not really a huge fan.
And now it's like you said with the PvP stuff. Now with all the other agents that are coming with actual value, it's like it might right now. It seems to be like utility. Obviously, function and utility is a hot topic. People feel comfortable, I think, more and more just being able to find conviction and
you got to be careful with that because I think that this AI meme stuff really isn't true utility coins. It's kind of like a middle ground, like we were talking about.
I meant like stuff like virtuals, like ALK. I meant like like the infrastructure, like the certain gems. I just pulled up Snai, like certain different gems, Griffin, that allow you to have a little bit more conviction.
For sure. Yeah, Bully, I think there's like a few like it's just an example of how a lot of them are going to get cannibalized. Like I think there's like 3 or 4 ones like Bully that like do the same kind of thing. So yeah, I don't know. I think this probably
after this NFT thing, I want to talk about one last coin.
But let's see.
E-Man just copped a Zeroborn. We're almost at 1K views, I think.
Oh yeah, Parabolic. Oh, we're almost at 1K. Hell yeah. Parabolics. Oh, we are at 1K. I did see that. Parabolic said Sprotos. Yeah. So just to break down, I think Sproto Gremlins right now, if you have the money to buy them, I can confidently say, like, I think is one of the craziest bets in all of crypto right now. Again, this meme coin NFT narrative is going to be hot regardless. A very, very strong chance Sproto Gremlins are going to be the top meme coin NFT project. Again, due to the time in the game, ticker Bitcoin. I talk to a lot of people who don't even realize Sproto Gremlins are the NFT of ticker Bitcoin literally every day.
And I'm scroll down a bit.
Extremely bullish on this. Am I sharing my screen?
Yeah, you are.
Who's ever on screen? Just scroll down a bit. Sorry, I just wanted to see.
Yeah, so
dude, it might be a good time to buy now. It
absolutely is. Like, and it's been consolidating for a bit here, holding this low, very corrective. I think again, these are going to 10 ETH minimum, and I think very, very, very likelihood that they are up there in floor price with Pudgy Penguins and all that. Again, due to the relevance and the convergence of meme coins and NFTs, the fact that these are only 3,333 of these versus a 10K collection of most of the 2021 projects, as well as the primary colors.
What's ETH at right now?
What do you say?
What's ETH at right now?
Like 35.
So it's about like a $3,800 floor.
Yeah.
Floor.
Yeah. This right now, like, I know in NFTs, it's like, okay, I have confidence and really like this. Like, I have extreme confidence right now. If you buy this and come back in 6 months, these are gonna be way higher. Again, unless everything just collapses.
You think it follows the ticker Bitcoin price, or is it completely?
Yes, I think it will. That's what a lot of these have shown to. And to your point, I think that's why these haven't run like crazy, is because ticker Bitcoin hasn't moved in months. But yes, to answer your question, we've seen with Zeroborn, Zerobro, that they track. Usually they go up with the coin. And in fact, I do think it's going to be like going up like way more than the coin itself on this next run. A lot of it having to do with
that right now. You want to pull the ticker Bitcoin chart too?
Yeah. Oh, of course. So yeah, I didn't really go over a lot of the coins. We go over this all the time, but my I have a lot of money in these, cult like coins. It's where I've been accumulating, even though I've had huge positions in these for months. I'm still accumulating these because these are the no brainer 10 plus X's next year. Like Ticker Bitcoin, for example, under 200 million. There's not a shot in hell that if we get 6 months of upside in meme coins next year, that Ticker Bitcoin isn't at least 2 billion. Very likely at like 5 billion plus. And again, the reason why I'm so bullish on these, because if any coins are going to go to those 10, 20, 30, 50 billion market cap ranges, it's going to be these proven coins like this that have time in the game. Bitcoin, Ticker Bitcoin, just like one of the perfect meme coins. Just super, just everything checks out for me. So beautiful, super nice correction. I think very likely has bottomed out here. I've been buying a fuck ton of this. So, Peanut is available on Coinbase Wallet, but not on Coinbase. Drop the Cash App in the search bar in Coinbase. Yeah. Is Sproto Gremlins a good buy here? Absolutely. I think so, bro. I have 4 of them. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think at 1 ETH, bro, it's like
I was buying it like 2.5.
Yeah, and
at one point it was 4, right? Not so long ago.
Yeah, and I was thinking about it the other day, but I'm telling you, like, it's just like any meme coin correction. It'll correct to 2, but it'll rip to 10 when it does. I'm telling you. And I know I'm talking super bullish right now, but I have very high conviction in this meme coin NFT narrative coming up.
For luck, have you heard of have any of you guys heard of the AI coin Scout? SCOUT?
While I'm pulling that up, somebody asked about the utility of Sproto Gremlins. So that's the beauty of meme coin NFTs. There's no like crazy operator behind it, no execution risk. Yuga, for example, has to come out the other side. If for some reason it's terrible, it's going to be execution risk on the NFTs, right? Sproto Gremlins, there is no execution risk. It's just based on meme coin NFT communities. With that being said, I do expect Sproto Gremlins to get some airdrops and stuff like that next year. What was the coin?
SCOUT, Scout. So I'm not going to say that this is a safe buy yet for people that are listening in, because it's been taking a pretty deep correction, but it's an AI agent that essentially predicts sports, and it's been like 80% correct on some days 100% correct, and it just seems to keep learning.
How do you see these picks?
So you would have to go on the website, and I think for the meantime it's not gated, but I think ultimately their goal is to like gate it where you have to have a certain supply in order to access it. But like it has, if you go look at their Twitter, it's pinned on their Twitter. Like the first day they went 12 for 12. It's done like not as well in European soccer, like football, but in American football, college, and basketball, it's had some pretty good games. And even more specifically on the games that it's missed, it's been like off by points. So if you even remotely have like sports knowledge, which I know you also sports bet, and then you compile that with some of this AI data, and it actually proves to be a little bit more accurate as it keeps going. I just feel like this is fucking deadly, because in my head, if this continues to be right, how in the fuck are people not going to keep talking about it? And how are they, like, degenerate sports gamblers? There's always something to take. There's all these different catalysts that are constantly coming up. I don't know if it can stay accurate. And
is it working? I see like 2025 bets.
Yeah, because 2020, I think that those are like predictions for future.
For like next week's game or
for like next week's game.
No, I've seen like December 2025.
Yeah, because either Super Bowl bets or next year future bets. But if you go on the actual website and you connect, you'll see it has predictions for everything. Like you can go more specifically and
connect your wallet.
Yeah, you can connect your wallet and
it reads
tokens you have. Yeah.
If it's well run, I could definitely see a narrative there. I don't know. Scout to me doesn't really imply like the sports thing. I kind of I don't know. I don't know anything about
I'm going to start ripping these parlays then.
Yeah, Danksy, start ripping them. And because I was going to start doing the same thing. And just especially since you have sports knowledge, like, do you go look? Are you looking at the Twitter?
I'm looking at it right now. Wait, let me present.
So scroll up to the very top of the Twitter. I'm not looking at it, but I'm assuming it's still pinned. If you see at the top of the Twitter, do you see its first day predictions? It went like fucking 12 for 12 on NFL.
Right, but that's like you can bet like
it only had one. So it only makes one calls publicly every time. It's not like it was making a bunch of parlays in order to hit, and then every time it'll be mostly like 80% accurate if you just keep going through the days.
It's like this one.
But I don't know. I just think like if this actually continues to be accurate, if like hopefully it's not a fucking farm and it's normal, it should be. The developers have responded. The team has responded to different stuff. But if this can continue to be accurate, and like this, like Dave Portnoy or someone at Barstool or like some kind of big degenerate gamblers actually get wind and people start talking about it, I just don't see how this doesn't run up. I mean,
100%. The narrative makes sense. And
No, how about this? Let's coordinate after this call.
yeah.
Let's put in like, I don't know, like 200 each.
Okay.
We can start ripping like $10 parlays on daily bets.
Okay, fine. So let's me and you will get on after in our private, and we'll do a combination between the AI and what we like, and we'll take the same parlays. No, let's do
No doing anything. We're just gonna trust the AI completely.
Fine. You want to just rip exactly what it does? Okay.
Yeah,
where are you
we'll
taking?
we'll
Where are
track
you
it on
taking
the
the bet?
stream, see how it does.
Fine. Where are you
Yeah, 'cause,
taking the
like,
bet?
There's no like, let's like, if it works, it works. Right?
Yeah, but I feel like you have to apply a little bit of your own knowledge to really take advantage of it. If it's not 100% accurate yet, but fuck it, we can.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the system, right? You have
Maybe
to
just
make
take
it
the.
so it's a
Well, I
system.
think the system is almost like people who rely on it 100% when it's showing you that it's not 100% accurate isn't the smartest. But if something's 80% accurate and you apply like any
This
kind
is
of like
interesting.
remote,
This is very interesting. This
what is it? Yeah, so
this
that's the site.
spread versus value bet you can ARB here.
Yeah, wait, keep going through the site just to show people. You'll see like a bunch of different bets. It'll give you like high conviction, medium conviction, low conviction.
The mod
These
says
are
check
all
Alchemist.
high.
Yeah, I'll
These
check
all
Alchemist.
today. These are
Yeah,
all today.
Alchemist, you already know Alchemist is in a good buy point. I've been looking at that chart crazy. It's at like 60 million.
You hear that, guys? The AI Oracle has spoken.
I mean, unless it's being farmed, but like I'm not getting fudded out of my bag anymore. I'm buying more.
Okay, automatic 5x, guys. You heard that? Buy.
Which one? Which one?
Alch.
No, he's talking about Alec, but I don't know if it's not a farm, but it's just too much utility, too many updates.
No, I
This one?
agree.
Yeah, like there's been so much FUD on it, but like I've just seen it run up so much, and I own so much supply. I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna keep buying every chance I get.
Yeah, I like Alch.
I don't know. I might buy some
Scout. Yeah, because
honestly,
I think they're gonna make it a tier system eventually
might
too.
not be the move.
Alch?
In reality.
Why?
Why are they launching on Pump Fund? Honestly, like if the thing works, then why don't you just put all your money in parlays?
I mean, come on, bro. By the way, it's not like you're not far off from what I was thinking. I'm about to literally link with my older brother later and tell him about this, but I'm definitely gonna start the sports
all
betting
today.
Yeah, like
this is actually a very good site,
bro. It's covering
right here,
and it's doing this for every sport, and it's continuing to do it for every other sport. It'll probably do horse betting. It'll do everything that it can eventually and continue learning.
Like this people will pay money for already.
Yeah, like if it's not Scoutly, somebody else is gonna do this shit like crazy.
Right. And think about how much people pay for subscriptions and call channels.
Like this, showing all the spreads on all the sports book is actually very.
Yeah, and it tells you what the best book to take the bet is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bovada looks like it's the best everywhere, and it's easy crypto.
Nah, because this one is low vid. Like it's different because it's all different.
Where do you take it on?
I usually just do Bovada because I'm not in. If I lived in Vegas, I will probably run.
Yeah, us living in California, like you're like fucked with the sports bets essentially.
Yeah. Dude, if you live in Vegas, you can actually like make.
Bren, why are you doxing where we live,
bro? I live in Southern California. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, no, I'm just kidding.
What city do you live in, Bren?
Joni lives in Florida. I'm kidding.
Should we all move to Vegas?
I swear. If Scoutly works, we all got to move to Vegas within 24 hours.
Bro, if Scoutly works, I'm buying it out. It's all mine.
I know you will, right? I swear we should buy up the supply if it works.
If Scoutly works, you're buying us a fucking suite.
100%. Everyone gets comped because literally, it's like, am I wrong to think like, why wouldn't this go fucking insane if it could just continue to predict score?
It makes sense. Somebody's gonna do it if it's not Scoutly, but this looks good.
I mean, people have been doing this for a while,
but this efficiently in one space.
The AI doing it with AI.
Yeah, dude. People have been doing this for years. Like
with the token attached, though. Come on.
In the 80s, for sure.
Oh yeah, dude, not like a full AI like fucking write up like this.
But they don't show it. They don't show it to you. Like people.
You're right. They've been using artificial intelligence for data for a long time. Like those dudes.
Another thing that's cool about this that I remember researching is so the technology used in this somehow, some part of it. This company actually, before starting this, is it shouldn't be a farm because I know this about the team, or at least I read this. I guess it could be fake, but the technology was once used or is still used to scout soccer players, and essentially the AI will read the metrics and statistics and then give like an RR to soccer owners or whatever to then buy a player. I read that somewhere. I'm not sure if it's on the site, but
I'm not sure how good ChatGPT 4 is on predicting sports, but I'll give
Well,
you
I mean, just think about like, and like this is very interesting. And like, we get it, but the average person's like not very great at sports betting, so can't really expect like. I mean, the machine's probably better than the average person, but sports betting.
There was a guy in like the 80s or 70s that used to be like a mathematics professor that moved to Hong Kong to bet on horses. And
Like, I don't doubt there's some like algorithms and AIs that are like nailing shit for people. Like, there's this AI for in the stock market. Or not Oracle. It's like this one hedge fund that runs everything literally through this AI.
Yeah, it's like a 600 grand bot.
Yeah, no, well, like, I don't know. Maybe it's the same.
I don't know if it's 600. Renaissance has the
maybe Renaissance. Yeah, they have the AI thing where like you have to only very few people can get in it, but it's like the craziest returns ever.
Right. So definitely any stock AI thing that is actually worth the money is like.
That's what I was about to say. It's gate caps.
Billions of dollars.
Yeah, it's gate caps.
Danksy, what were you saying about the horse guy that moved to Hong Kong or whatever?
All right, let me see. It's this guy.
But what's so special about him?
He did this in the 80s.
He had an AI thing?
Yeah. Where is this guy?
I mean, I don't want to take this too far away, but I thought there was like a.
Oh, you're good.
But yeah, I don't know. Scout at 5 million is like, should we all just buy up the supply?
Yeah, let's supply control it.
I mean, I swear, should we?
Yeah, let's.
This guy, Bill Bentley.
Chat. No,
I just feel like if we actually can buy up a lot of the supply and then we get it to Dave Portnoy to put it out and Gary V, it's lit, is it not?
Yeah.
This guy.
Yeah, exactly. That's the game plan.
Like, I'm not joking though.
No, for real. Like something like that, like absolutely.
Get it to like Steve will do it, or like one of these guys, or like someone to just publicize.
I don't think. I mean, if it's that good, if it's really that good, if this Scoutly was really that good, they would not release it.
They would shut it down.
No, they would just do it themselves. They'd go move to Vegas, get like $1,000, and by the end of the week, you'll have like.
Well, I mean, they probably are doing it themselves. One, and then but also the token attached to it is like obviously.
I mean, you can see it still loses. If it was going 100% or if it was that good, I'm pretty
not
sure.
Not even 100%, but like professional sports bettors are like 55-45.
That's what I'm saying. So like do research yourself. We'll go back and forth on it, but like I'm pretty sure overall, even with the losses thus far, it's above 60-70%.
And it could just run off narrative alone. Like there's an obvious narrative there, so I agree.
This is by the way, it's going 70% because it's predicting every fucking game of the day. It's trying to take 16 games every day. This is different.
Yeah.
This is the guy that moved to Hong Kong for sports betting. Made $1 billion.
Wow.
Off of horses alone?
Dude, he was he moved in.
How is that even like? How do they even know like data?
Dude, he has like an algo that has like 70 to 100 different like variables.
That's crazy because I feel like horses. I don't know shit about horse racing, but like,
they write in like code to create an algo, and then just
no, he was like, it was like, think about the computers you have in the 1980s. Like it was like punch cards probably.
Like how do you determine like this horse is gonna like that's just crazy.
Dude, that's how like people have been doing this for a while. So like if they're doing that in the 1980s, think about what people are doing today.
Yeah, for sure. Who knows how advanced the Scoutly shit is? But what's up?
You're talking about like the tools that people have tucked.
Like people that like are sports betting professionally are not releasing this for meme coins.
So what's your thesis then? That this is bullshit?
Yeah, basically. Like if you're like actively using this, like you have to test it out and like have some risk management. But like,
yeah, 100%. Who knows how good? You definitely have to test out. Who knows how good the AI is? But like to Yoni's point, I do think just off of narrative alone in crypto, it could have a moment, and it is in a nice correction. And I think it's interesting either way. I think there is probably maybe somebody who does do it right with good AI. Probably.
Yeah, like I do think that he has a point where like, you know, that's maybe why it hasn't run yet. I just feel like with stuff like this, it just feels like a match away from just absolutely being lit up.
I
Because
mean, what you really have to do is like you need to have like all of these bets logged every single day, and then go see
Yeah.
yeah,
based
My
on
guess
and
is
you need this probability too.
my guess is it's just probably just as accurate as like the average person, like you said, where they're at. Like the good bettors even are 55-45. If they're able to give good insight in those write ups, I can't really read it. If it's like makes sense and it's good and it's insightful, that could be another positive benefit or a good factor, whatever. But yeah, I don't know. I think it could run off narrative alone. I haven't heard anything about it. There's again so many of these AI agents coming out where it's like tough to keep mind share.
yeah.
But
I mean, the truth
yeah.
is, I'm finding another one right now that does the same thing. Something called
See, that's what I'm saying.
Sports. Yeah, Sharp Sports AI.
Well, we can just do this too. We can just
Sharp
track
Sports
these.
AI low-key sounds better. Like the fact that it has sports in there, like I like that
Well,
better.
it's Sharp AI.
Okay.
Yeah, but it says you want to look into it too right now, just while we're on the subject. Fuck it.
Yeah, look at it.
We could because it's like on
What,
this
Sharp
meta.
AI, this one.
You want
No.
me to? Yeah, I can give you the site, but
This one,
yeah,
dude, I can get a 75% win rate if I just do like all the favorites plus like 10.
but they're
points.
but they're not taking money line on it too. They're taking the spread, so it's like even taking a favorite with the spread is there's it's still a bet. It's close to even money on any spread bet.
What is this? How do you get in this?
Oh, just go to the website right there. Click that link. I just accessed.
I know,
it.
but you need coins or something.
I don't think so. I was just able. Yeah, there it is. Oh, I wasn't able to get past this.
Verified record. Oh, a Google Doc.
Let's go.
Yeah,
Looks more green to me than red, baby. Let's go. Look at that.
they said they're claiming 70%.
Except they
Yeah,
got
but these
4
might be
losses
just
in a
like
row.
these might be handpicked.
Right, out of the losses or something.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, they could exclude.
But I guess like, would you bear that question, Danksy? Would you bear that question essentially to any sports agent, AI agent? Like if it was that
Kansas City money line 3.
The way they could do it is if they did publish it on chain, Yoni. Like if it was all on chain, then they couldn't like fucking delete it and shit. That would be like the best way to verify it. If like somehow it would be super sick if each of the bets were like put on chain
on like Polymarket or some
Dude,
shit.
it's just like
No,
this is
just
just
like on
basically
chain.
like those people that like just only post their wins on meme
Wins?
points is exactly
Yeah.
the same thing.
like an L2, like a sports betting AI L2, where like all the bets are put on chain, so it's like immutable. Nobody can like delete it and do all this bullshit.
I'm gonna look into this. I'm gonna see if I can put some money on this.
For some reason, I like Scout more than Sharp still. Even
Yeah, because it shows all the bets. It shows all
Sharp
of
just
them.
looks like a little too makeshift, but it might. Who knows? I don't know shit about either of these. I just like the concept.
Yeah, who knows if like the AI itself is good, but it could.
And
just
there's a shitload of Scout FUD right now, and like every single time now,
What's the FUD? Go to log chart.
They're just like dumping on their people, whatever. And every time that's
really?
been said to me thus far, the coin is reversed
It
hard.
just depends if they're doing supply control and dumping, but it's a good project people like, then it'll keep going up. But if it's like they're dumping and nobody really gives a fuck about it, it's probably going to zero. Like, you know what I mean? Fart coin, there can be like farming or whatever because people love
There's
that.
so much of a demand that it's already it's gonna swallow it up one way or another.
Exactly.
With this, there's not much of a community here, so I guess it could dip way lower. But the site just looks official as fuck and operates well and like
What, Scoutly?
Yeah, to me.
I like the narrative, but like you said, it's probably who knows.
We'll see. Let me just take a look later today, and I'll figure something out.
Yeah, look at Alk real quick. Hold on. Am I still sharing? Can you put it on me?
I'll put on you. You got it.
So yeah, Alk, tricky. I do think if it comes any lower, it could come down again and actually form like a much bigger correction like this, which doesn't look likely. But what I think is probably most likely is that it probably comes. This is a smaller correction on the lower time frames, and it starts coming up from here. But again, if it comes any lower, I think next stop's probably this low at 0.035. Either way, in the next few months, I do think this is his first major correction, and Alk likely makes another move higher in the next few months. Again, it's tricky on the very short term. If it rips like higher from here, I do think it very likely goes to all-time highs quickly. But if it comes lower, again, it could be in a bigger correction. So
yeah,
either way,
because I have seen it dip hard. To be fair,
yeah. Again, if it dips even a little bit lower, it could very well make another low. So
yeah, honestly, I might watch it and wait to buy it on another low. Or even if it gets a pump, I might just leave it where it's at and just see how.
Yeah, if you already have a bunch, I would probably wait.
Yeah.
Let's see anything else on the chat. SEQ.
What's SEQ?
I don't know. I got that a few times. Let's see. Looks like some AI shit that's getting rugged. No, I'm just playing.
Should we move to Vegas?
Dude, I think I'm gonna buy more Scout. Honestly,
We should definitely meet in Vegas and try this shit out.
I'm going to Bitcoin 2025.
Really? Yeah, no, I think I want to go too. Definitely, we got to pull up Yoni to Bitcoin.
where is that? Vegas?
It's Vegas.
Okay.
I was there like last week. I went twice in December already, so I'm fucking degenerate.
Really? Holy fuck! But we for sure going to Bitcoin 2025.
I've had months like that. It's just so close. It's the best. I'll do Bitcoin 2024 in Vegas easy.
Let's do it.
All right, I'm gonna set these
I'm not-
bets right now.
Yeah, I keep seeing everyone say Scout is a scam, and it's making me want to literally dump and like buy more.
They're saying the fucking.
Why is that a good value bet on Bovada? That does not make
You went to
any sense.
Vegas again last week. Thanks.
Yeah, I
man.
was there because my friend had a holiday party, so I just went.
Nice. And does he live there?
No.
He had a holiday party in Vegas. That's fire.
Yeah. Dude, all right, so this doesn't make any sense. Look.
What? I'm not seeing it.
Dude,
Okay.
You got to pull
So
up your
here, if they want you to bet on Knicks here, why is the best value bet -7 here? That does not make any sense.
Pull it up.
I did.
Sorry, I'm looking at it. It's gonna
Look, in this situation, the Knicks need to win by 6. And
Okay.
here, the Knicks need to win by 7. So why is this a good value bet?
the best
It could be the
value.
opposite way.
Because maybe the bet on top pays out less.
There's no way.
Yeah, I mean you'd be taking them to win by more points, which would probably be a better value on your money, even though the better bet.
Oh, no. I think this is the spread they assume. This is the spread that's even. That's what they're saying.
Oh, so is that including are they recommending buying a point maybe where the spread is something
No,
different?
that's so if you get anything over this still doesn't make any sense actually.
The spread of the actual game is -5.5.
It's not. It's 7.
So maybe they're saying go back to the bet. Maybe they're advising to buy points. So they're saying the best value bet would be to take it at the
But
original.
buying points lowers your odds. So this doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
Yeah, I mean maybe I'm trying to defend them too much.
Yeah, dude, hop off.
Yeah, I need to stop glazing. I'm not sure, honestly.
Are these updated? I don't even know if these are updated.
I think it's fake. No, I'm just playing. Just kidding.
Brooklyn Nets is +7.5. And they have it at -4.5 here.
Yeah, but that's not on because that's not on Bovada. Look at what the bet is. It's on low.
Dude, they're all 7.5. Like they're all the same.
So it's not real.
I actually don't know what's going on here.
Yeah, you're right. Honestly, it's
Or the price data is just not updated.
All right, so I'm definitely gonna sell my entire bag now and never talk about this again.
Yeah, report that right now. Let's delete this from the stream.
Yeah,
Is
delete
AP
this.
Mike right?
I'm about to
Is that
ruin
the
this.
spread they got it on?
Yeah, let's delete this from the
I'm
replay.
about to
should we look
absolutely ruin
at
this
like
chart.
older games? Like 28th?
If you don't max cheat this, I know Yoni, then I don't know what the fuck you're doing, bro.
If you guys see a massive red candle to the chart, you know the vibes.
Do they not have any older games? Actually, don't know. I'm sorry, I'm just looking at this shit right now. Maybe AP Mike is right. I still have to look at this. I'm not putting any money today, for sure.
Yeah,
That's
fair
why I
enough.
figured to stop.
Yeah, it could be it's getting hit pretty hard.
I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I might start de-risking.
All right. Should we call it there?
That changed quick.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
all hyped to move to Vegas being professional sports bettors with Scout League.
Yeah.
Next stream will be from Vegas on Friday.
How quickly this shit changed. They just got a crash course in psychology, getting mind fucked.
Damn. Yeah, we'll have to do a live stream in Vegas sometime. Be in the casino for real, dude. Just
being degenerate sports bettors, we could do that. Just call charts and games.
hell yeah.
Just have a crap stream going on.
We can just LARP as sports bettors for the day. That'd be sick.
Okay.
Yeah, we would pull out all our money from the bank and then walk in with like a tote bag full, and then walk out with a tote bag full, and then
Yeah.
LARP.
Crypto GMs has been here from Bossman Telegram. Appreciate the sauce you giving, bro. Yeah, appreciate you, brother. Definitely will be on again on Tuesday. With that being said, good segue. We're going to go ahead and call it here. Again, we do these streams Tuesday, Friday, like today, 10 a.m. PST, and then Tuesday at 1 p.m. PST. Give all our thoughts, and we go over everything in Web3. So if you guys are on here for the first time today, we appreciate you, and we'll see you on the next one. Anything else, guys, before we sign off?
Make sure to join Bren's call or Bossman calls with Bren. Yon, you gotta get a Telegram. You gotta start posting your calls. That 5x, 7x.
Fair enough.
Follow Bridgely Labs NFT collection. If you are an AI developer, please reach out. We're looking to develop something in 2025. We probably have like 5 slots for entrepreneurs that we're looking to fund. So if you guys know anyone that is in the tech game, let me know. But appreciate the time, guys. Yon and Bren, Twitter. What's the Twitter situation on you?
Yeah, so I'll have it back soon. Same situation. I'll have it back. But either way, follow everybody on the panel here again. For Loco signed off and Rotes. Those are our usual guests. Definitely give a follow to Yoni as well. He's going to be more active on Twitter as well. And just stay tuned for more good content next year.
All right, boys. We'll talk in a bit.
Happy holidays. Happy New Year.
You
All
too.
right, peace.
Peace.